a decade, with around a third of the population needing assistance. Several countries across Africa are facing a food crisis. The war in Ukraine has now disrupted vital supplies. The African Union chairman, Macky Sall, is due to meet Vladimir Putin in Russia to discuss freeing up stocks of cereals and fertilizers.
The BBC's Will Ross. Dubai police have arrested and plan to extradite a British man wanted in Denmark in a $1.7 billion tax fraud case, a new extradition agreement between the UAE and Denmark. News and analysis at townhall.com. Iran was allegedly involved in what could have been a devastating cyber attack on a highly vulnerable population in the U.S.
The FBI says it was able to stop a major cyber attack before it could be launched. Agency Director Christopher Wray says the feds were able to foil an attack on Boston Children's Hospital that would have been launched last summer by operatives with links to Iran. Wray tells a Boston College cyber security conference if it had been carried out, the plot would have been, quote, one of the most despicable cyber attacks ever seen. Jason Walker reporting.
And recapping the hour's lead story, the government reports America's employers added 390,000 jobs last month. Head of the opening bell on Wall Street, stock futures deep in the red. Dow futures down 217, NASDAQ futures off 189. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. Yay! It's Friday. Happy Friday. Got a little rain last night.
Dude, we got a good rain last night.
We did get some rain.
It was pouring for a minute. For just a minute, but it was pouring for a minute.
Yeah, although I think we got a steady dose of just not like a little just steady rain, too. Mm-hmm. So it was not just 2 minutes of rain and then gone.
God looked down and said, is Sean cleaning? Wait for it. Hold. He's taking out the trash. Go.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Oh, you know,
because the rain to come.
It's my every decade clean.
There you go.
The deep clean.
Whether he needs it or not, once every 10 years.
Oh, trust me. It needs it.
We got more rain.
Yes.
Potentially in store today, too. We got like a 50% chance of showers today. We'll get you all up on that information here in just a little bit. But, yeah. So, all's good. A little warmer today, too. And then tomorrow, just back to the hot.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. Yeah, actually, tomorrow's going to be even worse because it's going to be hot, but it's also going to be like trapped humidity from the last couple of days of rain.
Maybe, yeah.
So it's going to be muggy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
Muggy.
So, yeah. Enjoy what you
have
can.
a nice little Oklahoma day for a change.
There you go.
Step out of your car and your glasses just go.
Well, if you don't want to go to Florida will come to you.
It'll come right here. That's right. Just without all the good food and the fun rides.
That's right.
Well, without most of the good food.
Yeah.
Because
we do have some.
We do still have Segue.
I know I'm doing. I was just going to let you go with it. McDonald's.
I'm handing it to you.
I know.
I was handing you a sandwich. A McMuffin, if you will.
I was just going to let you go. But, yeah, it is a McDonald's Friday. Big
That's
thank
right.
you to the fine folks at McDonald's. Swing by any of your local McDonald's here. They got you covered. By the way, let me share a McDonald's factoid with you on this McDonald's Friday.
A McFactoid?
A McFactoid, if you will.
All right.
Did you know that the first McDonald's drive-thru was built in the year of our Lord, 1975?
Wow, that late?
It was built in Sierra Vista, Arizona.
Okay.
Near a military installation called Fort Huachuca.
Huh.
To serve military
they were
members. They built the drive-thru to serve military members who were not allowed to exit their vehicles off post while in uniform. So they go through the drive-thru. The McDonald's folks said, let's serve our men and women in uniform, literally, by not making them get out of the car.
By serving them.
Because they can't
Brilliant.
while they're in uniform off station.
Brilliant.
So there you go. So supporting our military drive-thru since
That would be
1975.
cool. That would be so cool to go to the first drive-thru.
There you
because
go.
I'll bet they haven't changed out the speaker.
Well, just visit the McDonald's in Sierra Vista, Arizona.
Nice. There is. I've watched a lot of weird like McDonald's YouTube videos, and McDonald's has a very specific sign requirement. They require their sign to be their specific gold and red, with like only two exceptions, and one of them is a store in Arizona. I can't remember which one.
Okay.
But because of the city, like the city council decided that because they didn't want a McDonald's sign to detract from the colors of the landscape, it's like the one sign that's been approved to be a different color, and it's
cool.
gray and turquoise.
Nice. Got the desert Southwest look to it. Very good.
It's really cool. It's kind of just pops out.
Yeah. So you don't have to go all the way there to
you
get
don't.
fine McDonald's treats, though. You got them right here in your own backyard.
You go ahead and talk. I won't eat.
Sean's about halfway through a biscuit and gravy situation over
love
here.
it.
Which, by the way, yes.
Fresh. The biscuit was fresh, too, and that was the best part.
Yes, that is a McDonald's thing that you can ask for. Biscuits and gravy. And a lot of people, which I'm all for. You're like, yeah, give me my sausage McMuffin or my biscuit, my bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. All fine selections. But if you want a little biscuits and gravy, a little southern flair.
Their gravy is on point.
They got you covered. And don't forget to download the McDonald's app. You can utilize it and become part of the rewards program.
I got point shamed the other day.
Did you?
This is what happens in 2022. We walk around and we shame each other for how few points we have in our app.
Unless you're a big baller like me.
No, my kid's mom, she goes, how many points you got? I'm like 348 right now.
Yeah.
I'm low. I admit it. But she goes, I got like 7,000. And so then I flipped it and blew and pulled out your point total. I was like, that's cool. I know this one dude. He got like 16,000 points.
What's up?
Yeah, he 2,000 points away from a franchise. Drop the mic, walk away.
Yeah. Well, the other day I was like, all right, I'm going to bust in you some points. But then they had another deal on the deals thing that I like better. So I didn't use my points. I just used the deal.
Did you happen to see the new McFlurry on the menu?
I missed the McFlurry.
Oh my gosh. I took a picture of it, but it was a blurry picture, so I deleted it.
A blurry McFlurry?
It was a blurry McFlurry. It was a McBlurry. But, and this is, the reason I took a picture is because this is the Mike Winters McFlurry.
Okay.
They have on the menu at McDonald's, at your local McDonald's, stop and ask for it by name, chocolate pretzel McFlurry.
Oh.
Right?
I'm looking and I'm liking.
I'm looking and I'm liking. I'm telling you, as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's the Mike Winters special right there.
Huh.
That's all the things. That's all the Mike things.
Yeah.
Chocolate, pretzel, ice cream. That's all Mike's things.
Give me one of those and a steak bagel.
And a steak.
McDonald's steak bagel, McBagel steak bagel.
If it's because they can't come up with a fun name, why haven't you guys approached us? Call it the McStagel.
Yeah.
We've got R&D down, all right?
Yeah, we got
We're
that
handling
covered.
this.
So,
R&D, marketing, we can handle like 2 of the arms of the McDonald's franchise. So,
nice.
Hit us up.
Well, I think I need to be nosed around for McFlurries later today.
Chocolate pretzel McFlurry.
All right. I mean, I just may order those and never wear pants again.
just embrace the sweet embrace of the diabetes. It grabs you well. It's nice.
Right.
It's warm.
I'm just gonna get a lifetime supply of those, crawl in the bathtub, and never leave.
That's it. Now, will you fill said bathtub, or will you just be in the bathtub and then just grab McFlurry after McFlurry?
It'll be a constant barrage of just grabbing McFlurry and not getting out of the tub.
I understand. That was part of it. In my head, I was like, maybe I shouldn't tell Mike about this. This feels dangerous.
Well, if I'm not here on Monday,
I do need him here on the mic.
If I'm not here Monday, you know what happens.
I'm not gonna make it to work. McFlurry.
I OD'd on McFlurry.
Bad weather, boss. I'm stuck in a McFlurry.
That's what happened.
There it is.
Let me give you the rundown for today's show, if I make it. Here in just a little bit, just a couple minutes, Elaine Mayfield with Leadership Roswell Alumni Association is going to join us. Coming up here in just a few short weeks is the 2022 Community Leader Awards Banquet. Their annual banquet, although it's been off a couple years because of COVID, but it is back and happening this year. It's going to be June 23rd out at NMMI. And so we want to invite folks out. We've got some great honorees this year for our community leaders, including lifetime all the way to our Leadership Roswell Alumni Award. And we're going to be honoring some great people and actually honoring some of the past recipients that we didn't get to really do a full banquet for either. We just we did as much as we could to honor them and celebrate them and show them off. But Elaine's going to join us here in just a few, talk all about the banquet coming up. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Rob Kuhn's going to join us from the Roswell Dragway, Alien City Dragway. Today and tomorrow, they've got their second annual Nitro Showdown that's happening out at the Dragway. So we'll talk about all the fun and what's going to be happening out there this evening and tomorrow out at the track. If you've never been out there, it's a lot of fun. Go check it out. But anyway, Rob's going to join us, talk some drag racing with us. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Molly Boyles, Main Street Roswell, will drop by. Tonight is First Friday. And there you go. So we'll talk all about what's happening, what's going on down there. By the way, speaking of First Friday, I want to mention this real quick. Good news, too. Not only is the Community Leadership Roswell Alumni Association Community Banquet happening back this year, but also happening and back this year is Walk for Hope, the Chaves County Cancer Fund's largest fundraising event to help families that are battling cancer here in Chaves County. Walk for Hope is back, and tonight out at First Friday, they're going to have a team registration table set up so you can start signing up your teams for Walk for Hope. They're going to be setting a shop up tonight out in front or inside of Imagine That Scrapbooks and Gifts, and so you can swing by there, do some shopping, check out the great deals going on at Imagine That. But also, you can start signing your teams up for the Walk for Hope. By the way, if you're not going to be able to come out tonight, but still want to be putting teams together, they'll have other opportunities. But you can also shoot an email to get the team packet and all that stuff by sending an email to teams@walkforhopechavescounty.com. Again, teams@walkforhopechavescounty.com. But they'll be out there tonight during First Friday out at Imagine That. All right, it is 7:16. We got some weather, got some more weather coming, so let's go ahead and take a look at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A cold front backing into our area today. Showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Some of those storms could have damaging wind and hail, especially by this afternoon. High in the mid-80s to low 90s. Scattered thunderstorms tonight, and we'll drop to about 60. And then we're back to sunshine and hot temperatures on Saturday and Sunday. Highs both days around 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 64 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 81% with winds out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Today, we are looking at a 50% chance some more showers and thunderstorms today, mainly for this afternoon. They do throw in the caveat that some of these storms could be severe today. Partly cloudy, highs near 86, a little warmer. Wind's going to be breezy out of the south, 5 to 15 this morning. 15 to 25 this afternoon. As far as rainfall totals, they're saying for us, expect less than 1/10 of an inch today, except for an actual storm. So if we just get rain, which that never happens, it's usually a storm, then we'll get that. And then tonight we're looking at a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 60 with southeast winds 15 to 20. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Your Saturday is going to be sunny and hot. Expect highs right around 101 with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny, hot with a high of 103. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. And that heat will carry into next week as well. 102 and sunny on Monday, 99 Tuesday, 98. So we're going to be floating right around 100 for a good hunk of next week as well, too. All right, it is 7:18. Let's take a 3-minute commercial break, pay a few bills, and then Elaine Mayfield from Leadership Roswell Alumni Association will join us on the other side. Don't go away.
J Block for governor. J Block, conservative, veteran, leader. J Block is the only choice to stand up and defeat Michelle Lujan Grisham. Mr. Block is a veteran of combat, serving in Afghanistan, a nuclear commander, and winner of the New Mexico State Republican Convention. As an America First conservative, Mr. Block has turned blue seats red and has never lost a race. Mr. Block will end the madness in Santa Fe once and for all. He's not a weatherman. He's not a rhino. J Block is a conservative, veteran, and a leader. Vote June 7th in the Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends for J Block.
Your ride is broke, needs a fix. Come on down, we'll take care of it quick at Big O. Big O Tires. Whatever the problem, we'll ease your fears. We got experience, nearly 60 years at Big O. Big O Tires.
You can always count on your local Big O Tires to give you quality products and trustworthy service, all for a low price. From May 16th through June 19th, get up to $140 in rebate savings on BF Goodrich tires with installation purchase, or get up to $140 in rebate savings on Michelin tires from May 23rd through June 19th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. Void where prohibited. For further details on use and restrictions thereof, see BigOTires.com. See rebate form for terms and conditions. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer.
You're invited. Car Affair 2022, presented by the Cars Club of Carlsbad. Saturday, June 4th at the beach in Carlsbad. Early registration is Friday with a cruise. Then Saturday, car registration starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 10:30. Enjoy music, food, car-related swap meet, 5K run, door prizes, and a special Tri-5 Chevys area. To register or for more information, visit carsclubofcarlsbad.com or Carlsbad Automotive Restoration Society on Facebook. Enjoy Carlsbad's biggest car show, Saturday, June 4th at the beach. Ad paid for by Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Do you have what it takes to be a champion? Country Club Road Church of Christ presents Champion VBS, June 6th through the 10th, from 9 to 11:30 a.m. for ages 3 years old through 6th grade. Explore the excitement of leading others to a relationship with Jesus from some of the best loved passages of Scripture, and with a team of some of the world's fastest animals, you'll learn how to be a champion with practice, perseverance, and a little sweat. Skits, crafts, music, Bible stories, snacks, lunch, and more, including a free t-shirt. Find out more and register at ccrcoc.com. Champion VBS, June 6th through the 10th at Country Club Road Church of Christ. Open to ages 3 years old through 6th grade at the corner of Washington and Country Club Road in Roswell. Learn more and register now at ccrcoc.com.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
Oop, got to hit the button harder. Good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from wearer of many hats, but wearing our Leadership Roswell Alumni Association hat today, Elaine Mayfield back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Doing good. Got a little rain last night. It was nice. Change of pace.
Boy, it was a downpour for about 20 minutes. That was it. It was about 7/10 at my house.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'll take every little drop we get.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll get some more today, and a couple more weekends of that at some point. We'll maybe get out of this drop.
Early monsoon.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Whatever it is.
Good news is the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association's annual Community Leaders Banquet is back, and it's an actual banquet again this year.
Yes.
The last 2 years, we've honored some great folks in our community, but we couldn't do the big fun party.
We couldn't
part.
feed them.
Yeah. I mean, we tried to honor them and get them as much recognition, but we didn't get a chance to come, sit down, have a meal, and just brag on these folks a little bit.
Exactly.
So this year we get to do that again, and we've got again some great honorees this year.
Yes.
And we're not gonna. Even though we did honor a past couple years here, we're gonna, make sure we let folks know about those folks too. From
Yes,
the last
we're going
couple years.
the last 2 years. We are certainly recognizing them in the program and in the banquet, and buying them dinner.
Yeah, hopefully most of them get to come out and enjoy a meal with us here.
Yeah, most of them have.
Good. But we would love to invite you, the general public, to come on out, because at the end of the day, these people were chosen by you. We took the nominations from the general public on these people, and these were the ones that came to us, and the public came to us and said these, and we tend to agree, obviously, but
absolutely. And it's amazing when you read their biographies. You're like, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. So we would love for you guys to come on out. Let's fill this place and show these honorees how much we appreciate their commitment to our community. Some for many years, some just some years, but I mean others many years, others many years, and then some many just many years. But whatever it is, we'd love to have folks come out and honor these great folks.
Absolutely,
and certainly our last couple years nominees as well, giving them an attaboy and having some great companionship
they have
and everything else.
Contributed so much to our community, and like I said, often behind the scenes, often the quiet ones that do so much.
That's the thing. These honorees generally are the ones that they would have never sought any or not looking
tooted
for
their own
this.
horn, as my mom used to say.
Yeah, these are folks that all of them are kind of like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you deserve it.
I had one sit there and tell me, I'm just not worthy. Yeah. And I'm like, yes, you are.
Absolutely, yeah. And so we would love for folks, by the way, come on out and have a delicious meal. It's going to be, once again, the New Mexico Military Institute is back to hosting the event and allowing us to come and honor these folks.
And we thank them greatly.
Absolutely. They're amazing hosts, and they provide
food's good.
Delicious food. And they're now I know why they work out so much over at Nimitz, because if they didn't, they'd all be a bunch of fat bodies over there.
The food is always excellent.
Yeah. But definitely want to come out. Now, the event will be taking place Thursday, June 23rd, so we're just a couple weeks away. It's going to be 6:30. It is a dinner, so 6:30 in the evening.
Right.
And again, it'll be at the New Mexico Military Institute in the VMV Hall there.
Now, VMV Hall is the old ballroom.
Okay.
Actually, second floor where the PX is and all. But there's a large parking lot in there, and we'll have somebody directing traffic.
Follow the cars and everything else. Cost for the event is, and you still got time to RSVP for tables.
Yes, we've got another week or so.
And for just individual tickets. But you can get a table of 8, and that will cut for $225. So that's kind of if you want to, say, bring a business or
family,
if you have a large family, or maybe you're thinking, hey, I want to maybe your organization or something has one of the honorees here that has served with them for a long time, and you want to bring a few more to come and help rally the troops to support people that these are great people here. You can get a table that way and out. Now, but if it's just you and maybe one other, $30 per person.
Right.
But we'd like to get all those RSVPs here by the 9th. So
they do need an RSVP for the meals for Sodexo for caters. And
so you got about a week left to RSVP. And but we would like to get that done now. That way, because everyone knows we live in the COVID world, and NMMI and their catering folks got to make sure they got enough meat and food and everything. And
that's right.
And the cost is, supply and demand's tricky now. So they got as much lead time as we can give them, the better off we'll all be. So please RSVP by June 9th. That way we can get a good count. And I know we live in the land of manana. I know that how it works. And June 10th, there's going to be a bunch of people going, hey, can I still get in on that? And then Elaine will probably try to move some mountains and make that happen for people. But but we would really like to get everything by June 9th.
And it's open to the public. You don't have to be associated with Leadership Roswell. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and let's face it, and we're going to get to our honorees here in just a second, but these folks, especially when we talk about our lifetime achievement winners and
You've
things.
crossed paths with these people.
Yeah, they've been in many circles. They've done many awesome things in our community and continue to do so in many cases here. And that's what we. This is really celebrating the people that really step up and make Roswell a great place to be a part of. So we would love to have you. And if you see kind of the list of the years past nominees, it really is a who's who of some great people that call Roswell home and have called Roswell home.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right. So let's get to our honorees this year. I think you wanted to start from the bottom up last time. Do you want to keep going that way here?
Yes.
So
drum rolls.
Yes. So we got actually 4 different categories of awards that we nominate for this year. The first one is the Leadership Roswell Alumni Award.
This is our newest. This is only the 4th one.
Yeah, and this is really for folks, because within Leadership Roswell, by the way, we have a class every year for the last 30-some years, average of 30. I'm not a math wizard, but that's a lot of alumni that's part of Leadership Roswell.
I think Rick Kraft said at one of the meetings, I think we're up to 971 or something like
so we're close to 1,000 alumni.
Yes.
Which is a lot of people. But, of that group, there's a small group that really is active and involved with the Leadership Roswell program and the alumni program. And so we use this award to honor those individuals.
Yeah, that's one of our own, so to speak.
And so this year, Margaret Kinnard, who's been a valuable asset to the program, quite frankly, I know Rick gets a lot of accolades, and Rick's an amazing man, but I think Margaret kind of
there's always
helped to make him look a little good. You know what I'm saying?
He's a busy man. There's a coordinator there that helps a lot at setting up classes and everything, and then of course that liaisons to the board, the alumni, and always there for every event we do. Always there, selling raffle tickets and everything
by the way,
else.
Running for city council, doing all the other things that she's involved with.
And children.
Yeah, and raising a family. So, so Margaret Kinnard is our this year's Leadership Roswell alumni winner.
Yes.
So that's our first of 4. Then we got our commitment to youth. Now, this is
an unsung hero.
Yeah, and this, to be honest, is this one of our most nominated?
Always has most nominees.
And to be honest, there's a lot of opportunities to help youth. Because you got sports, but then you got church groups, you got civic organizations, teachers. There's so many people that impact children's lives that there's a bigger, broader pool of people. But this year, Tina Cisneros is our Commitment to Youth Award. She was nominated by several people, I believe.
Yes, 2 different people.
Yeah, and she was our winner this year, and again, does great work here in our community with youth. And
Youth Challenge.
Youth Challenge specifically,
And been there since the beginning, and worked hard with that program. I know when I was with the city at the zoo, we had them come out weekly, and just a great program to really turn lives around, and they've
really had it rough. I mean, everybody's had it rough because of COVID, but they were they were shut down, and they really. And here's the problem: that there's still kids in need. So they're doing
that probably increased.
Yeah, so they even though they couldn't have formal Job Corps, they're still keeping in touch with those kids, trying to as best they can keep everybody, kind of in the program until they can get back to doing normal stuff again.
Yeah, and if they're not familiar, Youth Challenge is a group it originated out of the National Guard, but it is a program to take youth that are not yet really in trouble, but are right on the edge or heading that way.
Think of it as kind of like how Job Corps is
kind
very
of a
similar.
Job Corps,
they have a similar end game. But,
Not to get a job, but to be better people.
Yeah. A Youth Challenge really, where Job Corps kind of focuses a lot on the skill sets and things, which as does Youth Challenge, but Youth Challenge also works on some of the other issues.
What we call life skills.
Yeah, life skills but even
school.
Interpersonal interactions and how to work with groups. So they use the military, style of training and stuff to allow these people to learn about working with a team, understanding working on the discipline. Yeah, they do great
school.
work.
They make them get back in and finish their schooling and get the GED or the diploma.
Yeah, and the success rate's really great as far as kids that were heading down the wrong path, and that's
right.
Then thanks to what they do there with Youth Challenge, there next thing you know, these kids have a purpose. They understand. Why what they were doing before was the wrong path, and now they're understanding, their role and how, what they really realize that the world's their oyster, and they find out, hey, you get some skills under your belt. Next thing you know, more doors open, more opportunities happen, and next thing you know, you go, and they learn how life works. You put in the work, you put in the effort. And over time, the doors open, opportunities happen, and you'll see the fruits of your labor.
Just to show a different hat real quickly, the Historical Society works with Troy Hayes,
the Troy Hayes
Foundation,
Hayes family,
and this year gave scholarship funding to some of these kids,
and that's the first time we've been able to do that to Youth Challenge. So, which first of many, hopefully.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, and another thing that they teach, and this is something that I am really dedicated to, is service.
Mm-hmm.
And so they teach the kids service to the community as well.
And you've probably seen them, because just about every community event we have, whether it's a Veterans Day parade or the county fair or whatever it is, you're seeing Youth Challenge out and about as part of the community, whether they're there in the parades or behind the scenes making logistics work, whatever it is, they're a part of it.
And like I said, we used to have them come out to the zoo and do projects and things like that. So,
yeah, you see them all the time at doing service project things.
Yeah.
It's
great program, and she's been there since the beginning, I believe.
Yeah.
And
they do a good job of allowing young people to find their path and also understand youth and what their role is in the bigger picture. Too. So it's really great. So Satina is probably overdue being honored for this honor, but is going to get it this year.
Very quiet, unsung hero.
Yes. Then our next award is our Outstanding Leader Award, and this one is one of those that they've been at it a long time. They're just people that are involved in many different things, and seems like a lot of times we have events and these are the same faces you see.
I was just going to say, these are the names you usually recognize.
Yeah, exactly.
You may not remember Tina, but you'll recognize some of these people that are on this list.
Yeah.
Because they're very active right now.
Sure. And they're just, and usually it's multifacets. These are like, oh, yeah, I know them from this and this.
Yes.
Or this and this and this. But this year's honoree is our city councilor, Jason Perry, pastor, city councilor, again, many hats wearing here, and just youth leader. He's, committed to youth. He could probably qualify for any of these, actually, now that I think about it.
Except a lifetime. Because
he's not old enough yet.
Not old
Sorry,
enough
give him a couple years.
Exactly. And he joins a long list of people that, again, service to the community.
Absolutely.
And just wonderful to work with. I've worked with him for years on the council, and knowledgeable and open-minded.
Mm-hmm. I've had relationships with Jason for years now, and he's just a good guy that has a passion and a care for our community, and really, he's a guy that cares. And at the end of the day, you get enough of those folks around, some pretty good stuff happens.
And he and his family attend, I think, every event and activity. They're always there.
I think that's why I had so many kids, just so they make sure they cover all the events.
Which are grown now.
I know, they're adults and functioning and doing. We're getting closer to be sitting on the porch and yelling at kids for getting off our lawn, because we're getting closer to that. So the others are taking over now. So, but so Jason, and I bet he could better get a table. He's got a big family. So
another city councilor as well.
Absolutely. And then finally, we have our Lifetime Achievement Award, and this goes to those tent pole people that, obviously, these are going to be older folks or over 70 or generally.
70s, yeah. Mm-hmm.
These are individuals that just their whole life they've been involved, and there's those folks. They're ones that they're part of the fabric of the community. It's like there's certain events we think about and think in Roswell, and you're like, oh, well, this ain't the event till so-and-so's here. You know what I mean? And that's what we're talking about. And this year's honorees, we're honoring Kay and Dale Rogers. Roswell, the livestock farm supply, just that vein alone opens 27 other veins that they've helped people through. Yeah. And that's just through that side, not through all the other stuff.
4-H and working with the youth and ranching and both being ranch families from way back. And that was one of their main interests in helping those kids, not only in 4-H, but to stay in the business of ranching, which we need.
Absolutely. Now more than ever.
Yes.
Well, and people like this and the farmers and ranchers and out there, let's face it, they're and I keep saying this when we talk about food, but that's an industry where less people are getting into, but the demand's getting higher.
Yes.
We're the population's growing, people got to eat, and we have less people providing said food to the population.
And it's moving techie.
Yeah.
As we say.
Well, and that's what and that's where we, this next generation, these kids that are in 4-H and FFA and they're learning this stuff now, they're going to be the ones that are going to have to figure out how we keep feeding more people with less bodies doing it and less opportunities to do it. And we're going to need their big brains to help us figure this one out.
I've got a BS in ag. I always loved that one.
I got a BS and BS.
Yeah. And, of course, this is a little bittersweet. We lost Kay this year.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, it'd be nice if we could have both of them at our event here. But,
yes.
But the
family is very pleased and very happy about it.
Well, hopefully they come out and we get out there. And like I said, we would love to
Please
fill the
come
place.
Out.
Let's fill this place up. Let's show the love to these 4 or technically, 5 great recipients in terms of people here.
And we have had couples in before.
Absolutely.
I know Marlon and Kathleen Wells were also nominated.
And for people that have been married for any length of time, you're usually your significant other.
On the Lifetime achievement. Yeah.
They make you the better person. So sometimes, that's your each other's crutch. So I'm sure there's days where Dale didn't feel like doing nothing and Kay's the one with the foot in the butt and vice versa. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's without the other, they wouldn't be where they're at. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I know,
at that point, yes.
Yeah. So it's amazing to have that. So it's just great. So please come on out the foods. Do you know what's on the menu again? I know it's a beef or chicken thing.
It's a pork and chicken.
Pork and chicken thing, yeah.
Because beef is like through the roof.
That's right. Beef is
to keep it down to $30. We had to not
caviar
do beef.
Prices.
I hate to do that to Dale, but yeah.
Well, I'll eat some swine.
I guess they sell chicken's feed anyway, so.
Yeah. The meat, it's all meat, and we can have we'll have steaks the next night. So the food's gonna be great, as we said.
It's always good, yes.
But we would love to come have folks come out. I know they're also doing some raffles and drawings to hopefully you get some tickets while you're there for that. Those are fundraising events for the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association.
We usually do a small silent auction of really nice things and that people would enjoy.
Yeah, we'll have some gift baskets.
And that helps. And that's a whole other facet we haven't talked about is scholarships. Because all that helps to fund the alumni and some scholarships on the program.
Yeah, absolutely. Like so when and that's what we talk about this banquet here. It is, we're honoring our folks and things, but the proceeds from it, we use that for the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association for our scholarships. If you're very familiar with another thing, we partner with NMMI with our teen leadership program, which we just had earlier in the spring here.
Right.
That's one of our other tentpole events, and those are high school seniors
and
juniors get high school scholarship or college scholarships, but they're selected by their peers, the folks in the group there. And we gave a record number of dollar amounts this year, and knock on wood, hope we can do that next year.
Absolutely. Again, this is part of what we want to do is not only develop leadership within our adult population, but also with the youth coming up. And that's where that started, was to take the juniors and seniors and help them to learn leadership skills.
Absolutely.
For the rest of their life.
Absolutely. And it translates regardless of what path they take, whether it's something military, whether it's something business, whether it's I'm going to start my own business, or whether they're going to
hopefully stay in Roswell.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
That's ideal.
but it's a great program. We've but so the money raised. So when you're eating your pork or your chicken and doing all this stuff, that money It goes back to help that program, and also we other things that Leadership Roswell alumni do that the money goes part of is obviously we talk about our candidate forums. That's another public thing we do. When city municipal elections, various things we
have one right before the city election in January, February.
And so that's another thing that we like to do as a service to the community. And of course the main Leadership Roswell program, that at the end of the day, that's our bread and butter.
Right. I think the deadline on that is July 30th, usually around the end of July.
Go by the Chamber of Commerce and pick up an application.
And we'll have apps at the
There'll be apps at the banquet itself, too.
Yes.
And, good deal.
Yeah. And they choose about 30 each year. And sometimes they have 60 applications. So it might take a couple of years, but it's worth it.
Absolutely. The deadline is usually the end of July there, like the last day, that Friday before, last day of July at 5 o'clock there. And so we get the applications. Then the classes itself will start at the end of August. They'll have around the late August, they'll have
a meet and greet gathering.
A meet and greet, and then like a week later, usually, or sometimes a day later.
Yeah, it's like one Friday a month from September through May.
Yeah.
And they teach you what you have in this community and leadership skills at every meeting. To me, it was networking and finding out what my community had to offer, but also this group of 30 people that you're going to love for the rest of your life.
Sure.
Because they're in your group now.
And it's all walks of life from Roswell. So you got
absolutely
some folks in the government sector. You have some folks in the private sector. You have folks school or
ministry,
even ministry, church. Yeah, the community, the nonprofit world. We really have representation in the class from all those worlds.
Right.
But you also learn about all of those worlds too. We have great classes that teach actual leadership skills, but in between those, we're learning how the county government operates, how the city operates, what's going on out at the law enforcement training center or the hospital, or depending on year to year. But
I got to shoot an AK-47 at the Flexi.
I didn't get to shoot an AK. I shot a. It was a automatic. It was a 9mm automatic. It was so cool because it was shooting a machine gun, but it was 9mm, so it doesn't have the massive kick.
Oh, that's what I couldn't believe how kick that thing was.
So I was shooting that thing like aiming it like a rifle.
Yeah.
But I'm going full automatic.
Oh wow.
And there's so little kick that you're actually having accurate shots. That's first, like any time.
I've never shot anything like that.
Well, anything I've shot automatic for was the military, and it was like M16s or something like that. And it's towing you around.
We got to drive the driving course.
So I didn't get to do that day because they were training that day, so the course was busy. But
it is a great program.
Absolutely, got to experience a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
So. But anyway, please mark it on your calendars. June 23rd. There's a couple weeks away. 6:30 p.m. It's join us for the 2022 Community Leader Awards Banquet. It's going to be at the VMV Hall there at the NMMI campus.
Yes.
And RSVP by calling or texting Elaine here at 575-626-2640. That's 626-2640. Or you can shoot an email to Elaine Condor at dfn.com and just say, hey, we'd like to go to the community banquet, me plus one or whatever it is, and then you can pay at the door or whatever. No big deal.
Right, pay at the door.
Yeah, but we'd like to get RSVPs by next week.
By the 10th is what our
officially
aiming for, 9th or 10th, yeah.
But if you're thinking about it, shoot her an email today or shoot her a text today.
Yeah, it's easy with the text,
Yeah, and then, of course, it costs us $30 per person, or you can RSVP a table for $225 with seats 8. And we'll provide 8 meals and everything.
You get kind of one free seat at that table.
Okay.
For price, give you a little
if you
break.
do the math on there, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I said, but again, the proceeds for this event go supporting Leadership Roswell Alumni Association, support like our teen leadership and our scholarships and programs like that too. So, it's a threefold event. We're coming out, you're stuffing your face full of delicious food. we're honoring some amazing people in our community, and you're supporting the next generation of leaders in our community.
Well said.
All of the above.
Yes.
Although I did put number one is stuffing your face. Just want to say,
yeah.
I know where people we run by our stomachs. That's
yes.
Life is run by.
We
our
haven't
stomachs.
had many banquets lately.
One of the things you talk about, like especially military and armies, is like, you're marching on your stomach, you're fighting on your stomach,
that's right.
and that's because your army's only as strong as the food supply. So I get that, but come on out, be a part of this event. Come, let's honor our these great folks out here. And here's the thing: these people they're not looking for the spotlight for this kind of stuff.
No.
So let's. Embarrass is not the right word, but let's get out there and make a big deal for these folks.
Make a big deal of it.
Come out here and show them some love and just make them feel appreciated for all of the dedicated service they've had for our community. So
absolutely.
Whether it's been 5 years, 10 years, or many, many more. It's great. Is there any information about the event we skipped or didn't get a chance to talk about?
No, I think everything's good. 6:30, Thursday, 23rd.
Yeah.
But we do want you to RSVP.
Yeah.
And then pay at the door.
Absolutely. Again, call if you have any questions or want to RSVP and like to talk to live people. I get that. Some people like to do that. Call Elaine direct or shoot her a text, 575-626-2640, or email Condor, C-O-N-D-O-R,
Big Bird,
at dfn.com. Yeah, don't do Big Bird because that will go to somebody else. I'm sure there is a Big Bird at dfn.com. I just feel like there is somewhere.
Yeah.
But Condor, another Big Bird at dfn.com. Excellent. Is there anything else we wanted to mention?
No,
here?
I think we covered it. It's
Good
great.
deal.
Thank you so much for the platform.
Okay, real quick, just
there will be newspapers. I think it's this week. They're running individual interviews.
I saw
they started.
I saw one for Margaret and one for Jason so
yes,
far.
you do one a day.
Okay.
And then Sunday we'll have the Rogers. Is
Okay,
the
so I haven't missed anybody yet. I've seen two of them. I
it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And I think we're going to try to work to get them on the radio show here.
Yes, we are working on that.
Either in person or on the telly or whatever, but we would like to get them on and talk with us if they would agree to it.
Again, we started doing that in the last 2 years since we couldn't feed them at a banquet.
Yeah.
But we want to continue because that's important.
Well, these people not only have served our community, but they probably got some good opinions and thoughts on things, and we like to hear from those. So.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, want to mention, of course, UFO Festival, that we're going to get Elaine in
Different
next week. Yeah. If folks are interested in getting a booth or vendor at Galacticon, which is going to be happening here at the convention center. It's going to be right here downtown, part of the big UFO festival. So there's going to be a lot of traffic, a lot of eyeballs and bodies that are going to be looking at booths in that building that weekend.
Yes, and since we have the half of the big hall, we do need more vendors.
Very good.
It's a bigger space than we normally have.
So if you're looking, reach out. Probably the same numbers here. If you're interested in getting a booth, or just have any questions about Galacticon, or maybe you want to say, hey, Elaine, I want to volunteer to help.
Oh, we can use that.
Set up booths or whatever, any kind of logistics, because it's a lot of, when the folks come in, it's like we're hosts for the city, and we get a lot of folks that come from out of town. With Galacticon, you're going to get a lot of, there's some alien folks, but these folks are more into the culture of cosplay and comic book and book collecting and that kind of stuff. So, they're going to participate in UFO Festival and some of that fun but their focus is probably more on what's going on in the Galacticon building because that's their passion. So
and gaming.
And gaming and stuff like that. So you're going to have a lot of folks that are going to be in town for that. So if you want to market to those folks, whether you're a comic book vendor or a cosplay person or you have a product you sell that those folks would like, come on out and talk with Elaine here and get a booth out at the Galacticon.
We have a big offer. Air conditioning.
Anybody that's lived in Roswell, New Mexico the first week of July know that's a huge asset right there. So
we are air conditioned and locked up.
So reach out but tune in next week. We're going to have Elaine on and we'll talk more about details and all that. But reach out and call Elaine. Again, if you want tickets for the Community Awards Banquet on June 23rd or more information on Galacticon, 575-626-2640. 626-2640 or email condor@dfn.com.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks for breakfast.
Anytime. Don't work too hard.
Oh.
I know you tend to spread yourself a little thin.
I've never learned to say no.
Use the weekend to recharge a little bit. So
will do.
Thanks, Elaine. All right, it is 7:52. I need to play some commercials, so I need to shut my hole. But first, here's news and a quick break before we come back. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A Carlsbad man has been arrested and charged with aggravated assault after witnesses told police he began waving a gun at people at the Carlsbad Water Park. Jail records show 20-year-old Frankie Renteria was booked on Tuesday for several criminal charges. Witnesses said the man pulled a gun out of a small leather bag and began confronting teenagers at the water park. Police said Renteria then tried to ditch the gun by giving it to a 14-year-old boy, who then fled the scene. The gun was later found along the nearby Pecos River. The unnamed boy was also arrested. And in Carlsbad as well, a huge announcement in regards to the Carlsbad Brine Well project. The city announcing that after years of work, the filling of the gigantic sinkhole is finally complete. There is still some follow-up work to be done. The total project, about $65 million, after the city learned of the potentially disastrous problem more than 14 years ago. Experts said the hole was at risk of collapsing and could create more than $1 billion in damage. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
As the price of streaming services go up, and in turn, many cancel the ones seldom used, we're still losing millions of dollars to automatic renewals and forgotten online subscriptions. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. It's easy to do. You see a movie, a series, or an article on a service that you don't subscribe to. So you buy the low introductory first month for a few bucks, watch the program, read the article, and then promptly forget to cancel the service. Meanwhile, your credit card is hit every month. Americans underestimate how much they're spending on streaming and online accounts by more than $125 each month. One easy way to fight this is to simply ask your credit card company to replace your card with a brand new number. Then go back and re-register with only the services that you truly, really want. And good news, you'll begin saving right away. I post breaking tech news 24/7 at my website. That's Komando.com, Komando.com. I'm skeptical by nature. When I first heard about home title theft, I was like, is this real? Can some cyber criminal really forge my name off the title of my home and take over as the new owner? Turns out they can. Real estate crimes and losses are rare, right? Wrong. Home title theft is a nightmare, and you're not covered by homeowners insurance or common identity theft programs. Home Title Lock earned my trust. This is a rock-solid company with incredible tech. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone tampering with your home's title, they mobilize to shut it down. I urge you to go to HometitleLock.com and read the testimonials from FBI agents and government officials. Then register your address to see if you're already a victim and you don't even know it. And when you sign up at HometitleLock.com to protect your home, don't forget to let them know that Kim sent you. That's HometitleLock.com, HometitleLock.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A cold front backing into our area today. Showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Some of those storms could have damaging wind and hail, especially by this afternoon. High in the mid-80s to low 90s. Scattered thunderstorms tonight, and we'll drop to about 60. And then we're back to sunshine and hot temperatures on Saturday and Sunday. Highs both days around 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The OPEC oil cartel and allied producing countries, including Russia, will raise production by 648,000 barrels per day in July and August, offering modest relief for a global economy suffering from soaring energy prices. The cost of oil, which began to rise sharply to start off the year, spiked after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. U.S. crude prices are now up 54% since the beginning of the year, and international crude prices are up almost 40% in that time. Ford will add 6,200 factory jobs in Michigan, Missouri, and Ohio as it prepares to build more electric vehicles and roll out 2 redesigned combustion engine models. The company says it will invest $3.7 billion in 3 states between now and 2026. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
This is Luis Sanchez, your Republican candidate for Congress in New Mexico's 1st District. I grew up in Albuquerque in a small little trailer in the South Valley and was the first person in my family to go to college and live the American dream. I've worked in the medical field for 28 years and am one of the owners of Caliber's indoor shooting ranges. I'm running for Congress because I see that American dream slipping away from the next generation. Socialists like Melanie Stansbury and AOC have inflation out of control in this country, and we have the highest unemployment rate in the nation. And those radical socialists won't stop until our country is ruined. In Congress, I'll uphold our conservative values, fight for all of our freedoms, just like I did when the governor tried to shut down New Mexico's small businesses. I am asking for your vote early or on June 7th. I'll work hard to protect your constitutional rights, secure our elections, and fight for real immigration reform to secure our borders. It's time to take our state and country back. I'm Luis Sanchez, and I approve this message. Paid for by Sanchez for New Mexico.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. You've convinced yourself it's warm enough to swim in your pool for the first time this season, even if the temperature still carries a hint of fading cold. Who cares? You've paid your winter dues. With hours inside and too much pie, it's time to open your pool. Barbecues, suntans, and games of Marco Polo. Here you come. The only question is, how ready is your pool? It has been waiting patiently for this day too, ready to make your neighbors drool. If you rely on BioGuard products, get ready to slap on some sunscreen and fire up the grill. Not only does BioGuard provide simple solutions, they also have expert dealers who can help you be the best pool owner you can be. Because when your eyes sparkle at the side of your pool, they should always return the favor. Visit your BioGuard dealer at Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell, and start the season off right.
We cut to order, special order, products old and new. You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:59. Town Hall News about to take place here in just a few seconds. Stay tuned next hour here about 8:15 or so. We're going to be joined by Rob Kuhn. He's with the Roswell Dragway, Alien City Dragway, and they've got their big 2-day event, their Nitro Showdown that's happening tonight and tomorrow night out at the Dragway there. So let's talk about that, get a little update, and invite folks out for some fun this weekend here. So that's coming up next hour. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Although hiring did slow a bit in May compared with the month before, PNC Financial Chief Economist Gus Fauché calls the government's May employment report a good, solid report.
The economy added 390,000 jobs over the month. The unemployment rate stayed low at 3.6%. So the economy is doing well. We're nowhere close to the recession, and the labor market looks like it's in excellent shape.
And he says employers are raising pay, although the increase is not keeping pace with inflation. President Biden issuing an impassioned plea for restoring limits on the sale of assault-style weapons and high-capacity magazines. He is urging congressional action. There is reaction to the primetime speech.
The National Rifle Association released the following statement in response to President Biden's address on gun control. It says the NRA is made up of millions of law-abiding men and women. We agree with all America, regardless of party or political affiliation, because these are human tragedies, not political opportunities. The NRA supports the arrest, prosecution, and punishment of any violent criminal or other dangerous, prohibited person who tries to purchase or possess a firearm.
That's correspondent Bernie Bennett. A shooting outside a church, Ames, Iowa, has left 2 women dead. The gunman died as well. Police say he was not killed by officers at the scene. Former President Trump on the stump for former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin and her bid to fill a House seat left vacant by the death in March of GOP Congressman Don Young. Mr. Trump says he's on board with the Palin agenda, which he says would, among other things, help to bring down soaring gas prices. The manhunt lasted several weeks. It ended last night south of San Antonio. Convicted killer Gonzalo Lopez, on the run since escaping a prison bus, killed in a shootout with police. On Wall Street, the Dow down 201 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Stock market have you nervous? With geopolitical conflict and inflation concerns, it's virtually impossible to guess what will happen next. But with Vantage Point, you don't have to. Learn to trade with artificial intelligence. Text the word money to 813-813 and discover how to predict stock market trends up to 3 days ahead with incredible accuracy. Whether you trade stocks, options, forex, futures, or crypto, Vantage Point's patented artificial intelligence can give you a massive edge. Text the word money to 813-813 to get what you need to stay ahead of the markets and find big moves before they happen. Don't wait. Text the word money to 813-813.
Trading involves financial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past results do not guarantee future performance. By texting, you agree to the terms available at VantagePointSoftware.com/terms and consent to receive calls and text using automated technology about offers or info by or on behalf of Vantage Point. Your consent is not a condition to purchase and can be revoked at any time. Message and data rates may apply.
Text the word money to 813-813.
The foreign ministers of Australia and China both making their final stops today in what's become an island-hopping diplomatic duel in the South Pacific. The BBC's Phil Mercer in Sydney on the trip by Australia's top diplomat.
Boosting Australia's credibility in the South Pacific depends on stronger action on climate change. The Foreign Minister Penny Wong is on her second visit to the region in just over a week. She's been in Samoa and heads to Tonga as the new government in Canberra races to challenge China's diplomatic efforts. Island nations have rejected a trade and security pact promoted by the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Wang Yi's tour of the South Pacific is continuing in Papua New Guinea.
The Australian diplomat assuring countries in the region that we are not a government or a country that wants to come in and tell you what you should do. News and analysis at townhall.com. Authorities in Colorado investigating a deadly industrial accident.
2 workers have been killed in a slide on a coal pile at a southern Colorado electricity generating plant. Witnesses say the workers were buried when the slide happened on the 80-foot tall pile at the Comanche generating station in Pueblo. Search and rescue teams located the bodies of the victims buried beneath 60 feet of coal. Officials say that accident happened at a feeder pile for the station's coal-fired power plant. Cause of that slide under investigation. Jason Walker reporting.
The U.S. keeping an especially close eye on North Korea right about now. There is speculation the North could be gearing up for yet another nuclear test. Pyongyang has ramped up missile testing this year, so the world's attention is focused on the Russian war in Ukraine. News and analysis, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce?
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here at 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
No, I'm not scared, really. Roy's whipping us up a little beverage to try.
Yeah, it's coffee, isn't it?
It's not.
I don't want to drink this.
No, it's not coffee, and you're going to try it with me. It's called mud. Mud water, actually.
Yeah, I don't do well with
It's
drinks.
not coffee, okay? It's a hot mushroom beverage. Doesn't that sound so much more delightful? No, actually, here's the thing. I've been doing a lot of research on some of the stuff that's in this stuff. Actually, I was doing research on reishi mushrooms before he brought this up.
Okay.
They're great with memory. They're great with cognition. They're great with brain elasticity. They're supposed to help you be better at the talk thing.
I need to help with waist elasticity, not brain elasticity.
Oh, I got all the waist elasticity you need. That's right. That's why I don't throw the underpants out until the elastic's gone.
My headband doesn't need to be stretchy, but my pants do.
But no, I'm not asking you to down a whole cup. I'm just saying, give it a shot.
I'll try a sip.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking.
About all I got.
You know what? That's all I ask of my daughter. That's all I can ask of you.
I don't. Well, I'm not in an eating mood right now.
We'll go alternate sides.
I'll share with you. I don't care.
Right. This is called mud water again.
Now, what is in this thing?
It's got a nice cinnamon smell. What? Actually, can you grab it so I can read the ingredients? This is, it smells delightful. Here, you want to?
Yeah, I'll take a whiff.
This is a very full cup to move over the board easy.
I got it.
Okay. It smells nice, right? I mean, doesn't it smell? You know what it smells like? Is like chai tea. I love chai tea. Okay, so here are the ingredients. Okay, this is right on the box. Yeah, it's got an organic mushroom blend featuring chaga, reishi, lion's mane. Okay,
what?
Yeah, lion's mane. It's a kind of mushroom.
Oh, I thought they trimming manes from lions and throwing it in here. I was like, what is this witch's brew you're handing me?
Mycelial biomass.
I am Newt.
Mycelial biomass cultured on organic oats, organic cacao, so it's got a little chocolate in it. Organic, so I thought you'd like that. Organic spice blend featuring cinnamon. That's the cinnamon I'm smelling. Turmeric, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, nutmeg, clove, organic black tea powder, and Himalayan sea salt. So.
All right. I think they're just throwing stuff in here and see what happens.
Here's to you. You blended this, frothed it and all that? I mean, it's well mixed.
You might have to
That was a blank look.
It's like cinnamon.
It really is. Can you grab me a spoon?
My stomach just went.
It's gonna go down to the bottom.
Okay,
always.
Can you grab me a spoon real quick? I'm just gonna make sure this is because I don't want to have I want the full mud water experience. You know what I'm saying? By the way, let's take an opportunity to thank the fine folks at McDonald's while we're trying mud water for providing us with actual delicious breakfast treats.
Not purveyors of mud water.
They don't sell this stuff. Hands up.
It'll never be truly mixed.
It'll never be truly mixed. That is a selling.
I'm about to say, I'm hearing nothing that's appealing me to this so far.
Right.
It's got lion's mane and won't mix with liquid.
Well,
What's going on?
It's lion's mane mushroom. That one I've actually
cinnamon.
That one I know about. That's like reishi.
Oh, it's got cinnamon on it. It's okay. Yeah. You can put cinnamon on a piece of poop and don't make it better.
Actually, have you tried it? Here's to you. Okay, that's actually not bad.
It doesn't taste like.
You know what it tastes like is it starts with like a kind of a salty cinnamon taste a little bit. It finishes like a chai tea. It's nice.
It's not gross.
No, it's not bad. I could see myself drinking. I'm gonna drink an entire cup of this.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like someone tried to make hot chocolate, but slipped Salisbury steak gravy in it or something.
It does. It has a little bit of savoriness to it.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, it's really not
I feel like
bad.
someone's I tried to make hot chocolate, but then a dollop of Hungry Man Salisbury steak gravy fell into the coffee, and here's what I got.
I think you're digging for the chocolate part. I'm not.
I taste the back end tastes like hot chocolate to me.
A little bit.
Yeah, I taste hot chocolate.
I can definitely get the cacao.
It's it's like Salisbury steak and hot chocolate had a kid, and that thing shot out.
Right. Oh, and by the way, to all the fine listeners of Mornings with Mike Winters, you're welcome for the next month. Your entire your Facebook algorithm picking up on and advertising mud water to you. It's been happening to me, dude. We had one conversation in my office, me and Roy, and I get nonstop mud water.
Mud water ads. Well, now I guess I'll get them.
They hurt me. Will. They're always listening.
Tastes like Hungry Man's version of hot chocolate.
The savoriness is sort of what throws it off.
Coffee by Swanson.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm not. It doesn't convert me to drink that stuff every day.
I've never had that happen to me from a beverage on the air, so I don't know what you want to read into this.
It's got a drinking problem.
I do.
Oh, no.
No, it's my mouth is rejecting it.
You going to finish that?
I think I'm going to have to.
Good for you.
Yep.
God bless you. Yeah. Bless his heart, folks. I mean, it's not offensive. It's just not.
No, it's really
And that's
not.
after vanilla. That's after
See,
vanilla creamer.
And there it is. I knew it. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. It does have chai in it. It's masala chai. So yeah, that's I guess black tea, ginger, cardamom.
Oh, it's got
cloves,
chai. It got chai in it real good.
I love chai tea. I will not kick chai tea out of bed. There was so
he's a chai guy.
I got back when we had a Hastings. Do you remember that? Do you remember Hastings? Everybody remember Hastings for a minute? Let's just stop.
Allegedly, yes. No,
Allegedly.
I remember.
Let's just stop and remember. It was so nice to have a Hastings in town. Anyways, back when they had a Hastings, we had this place called the Hardback Cafe inside the
I
Hastings.
remember. They sold books.
They did. At one point in time, well, they sold coffee. At
books.
one point in time, they had this drink called a caramel apple chai latte.
Okay.
It was delightful. It was fantastic. Every time I went to Hastings, I would have one of these. Then they took it off the menu. I was very mad. But that's where I got a love for chai.
See, this is why this drink doesn't work for me. I'm not that guy.
No.
I don't go to coffee shops. I don't order
drink
chai but I don't even any of that mess. Even there's no coffee in it.
To someone who's a fan of coffee, it's not offensive.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I can say about it is it's not offensive.
That's true. All of those drinks, I'm not down with it. I'm not into, well, it's chai, blah, blah, blah. And then if it comes in a cup with it looks like a coffee cup, chances are I'm probably not into it.
Sure.
It's just not my thing.
What if it came in a can? I don't care where I drink it.
Yeah, it's not the vessel. No, I'll have it right here.
I'll have it right here.
Cans are good.
I just, no, because that beverage came in a can, like a sports drink. Oh no, that'd be just revolting.
I hate one of the things
Asian market has that.
Well,
okay.
You see my reactions to drinks.
I can't stand is when you pop a top on something and it makes a psht and there's no carbonation in it. I'm like, you're lying to me, Can. That's a lie. You know what you did.
I think I'm learning this about myself. I'm more adventurous about food, like things you chew and eat. I'll be down with. When it comes to drinks, I'm way nervous, and I don't know why.
Don't ever break your jaw because you're going to have to eat everything through a straw.
I might just die.
Yeah, I'm
like, unless it's water, water, something that's normal drink.
You can have milkshakes.
Yeah, I can do milkshakes.
You can have milkshakes, like the fine milkshakes for the folks at McDonald's.
Absolutely. Now I could live off them. Although we already determined I'm going to go on a.
It gets worse as you go.
Ask for it by name. It gets worse as you go. Ask for it by name.
Well, you know what? Hashtag not a sponsor, so I can say whatever I want about it. It's not bad, but it's just not.
I don't know. The reviews get worse as time progresses here. By the end of the show, this stuff's going to be Hitler.
It's basically, you know what this is? This is that scene in basketball where he's sucking on a bag of liposuction fat out of Louis Anderson.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is terrible. Why am I doing this? Oh, God. Oh, this has a lot of salt in it. He ate a lot of pork.
Yeah, that's like that.
I'm continuing. I'm reaching for it again.
I think he's trying to like it, but really doesn't like it. He's trying really hard.
That was unpleasant. I'll tell you why. I hit that point where you can see the bottom of the cup. Once like the beverage has reached the bottom of the cup is black.
Ooh, he got cacao.
It's cacao. I'm just gonna keep this stirred. If you've ever worked with like pure baking chocolate or pure cacao, it's hell. That stuff will get in your and on your everything.
I feel like you need to put it through a filter or something.
No, you need to run it through the bullet is what you needed to do.
The stuff is called mud water. I mean, the name is right there.
I'll tell you this. Yeah. I'm gonna go put like 2 packets of sugar in it, throw up my bullet, and I'm gonna try it after that.
When you got to do that much work to drink something, what are we doing?
Wait, what are we doing?
Well, it comes with a automated electrical whisk thing.
Yeah. Did you froth it?
No,
it comes with one. He has that at home, right?
So when you buy that, it comes with its own frother?
Yeah, you buy it and it comes with it free.
So you got to build this drink. Good Lord, man. What are they doing? There is nothing here that you've said that I'm like, I'm sold.
But you got to keep frothing it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. It tastes like garbage.
It ain't mud water. It ain't great.
Just so you can bougily walk around and say, I'm drinking mud water.
Yeah. No, you know what it reminds me of is, you know those people who insist on drinking Liquid Death brand water? Ever see that? They insist on drinking the cans of, like, they look all hardcore rock star.
No, I've seen them at Albertsons.
It's just carbonated water.
Yeah.
But there's people I know that insist on only drinking Liquid Death. I'm like, just drink water.
Not related, but related.
I saw one that with the title "Bury Her Alive" or "Bury Him Alive," something like that.
Yeah.
Barry. Just some guy named Barry who agreed to drink. No, I got to change topic is what I literally got. Stuart from Letterkenny was on season 1, episode 8 of Supernatural.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you're looking for a Letterkenny, hey, I've seen a guy from Letterkenny in something other than Letterkenny.
Was he Stuart, or was it the guy that plays Stuart?
I think it's the guy who plays Stuart.
Well, that's what I'm curious. Is Supernatural, does it take place in the Letterkenny universe?
I don't think so.
I'd be curious.
I'm pretty sure it's Supernatural. Like the name would hint that it's about aliens and stuff.
Chris just texted me, smells like South Park Cemetery after a fresh spring rain.
I'll tell you, if coffee was made by Swanson, the people that brought you Hungry Man, that's what you're getting.
Comes
right
in
there.
jars now.
Yeah. Heinz Mudwater gravy. That's what that is.
Okay, here's what it is. Do you remember before we had like Beyond Meat and like Impossible and all that, and like the good veggie or plant-based meats? Back when we had like Morningstar Farms. This is the Morningstar Farm. No, they still have them.
Oh.
This is the Morningstar Farms version of coffee. That's exactly what it is. It's not coffee. It's pretending to be coffee, and it's doing a very bad job at it.
Well, you just said it was good.
No, I said it was tolerable, and I'm saying it's getting worse as we go.
No. You earlier said,
sure,
this is a good rendition of
a chai. I said it was nice as chai, and as I'm getting down further in the cup, I'm changing my mind. It's actually changing my mind for me.
He's doing Michael Jackson this morning, just moonwalking back that one.
Is that one of the features of the drink? Does it make me change my mind? Because it's making me change my mind.
Yeah.
All right, Mudwater. Ask for it by name.
Just keep.
And then when you kill yourself doing that, get your real meal over at McDonald's.
That's right. Get the taste out of you.
And get your McCafe drink that's actually, done professionally and doesn't taste like someone dug it up out of their backyard.
Yeah.
Which the CEO probably did.
They did, yeah. It's a big backyard, though. It's very mushroom heavy.
We got to keep stirring. I'm sorry.
Just keep twirling it with your wrist.
If there's that much instructions to drink it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, this isn't pretentious. Hey, Mumphy, how are you? Doing good? There's no way to do this that's not like, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
Unless you have like one of those cups that does it itself and you push a button at the bottom. Our guest is patiently waiting.
Well, that will happen soon. So, but yes, swing by any of your McDonald's. Big thank you to them. Download the app, use it, and start signing up for rewards where you can get free food, and you could be a baller like me, have points.
Yeah, or Shawnee 2 Cups.
There you go. Shawnee 2 Cups. Well, he had 2 biscuits and 2 gravies, so 1 for each. 2
gravies, 2 cups.
There it is. He's
juice.
He's you need a T name, like Tommy 2 Time.
Tommy 2 Time. Shawnee 2 Shoes.
All right, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few. And then Rob Kuhn's going to join us from Roswell Dragway here talking about their weekend and all the stuff they've got going on here. Big fun weekend of their Nitro Showdown, the 2nd annual Nitro Showdown that's happening out tonight and tomorrow out at the Dragway there. So we'll talk about that. Later on, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety along with your Wall Street Town Hall business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do any of that, though, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A cold front backing into our area today. Showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Some of those storms could have damaging wind and hail, especially by this afternoon. High in the mid-80s to low 90s. Scattered thunderstorms tonight, and we'll drop to about 60. And then we're back to sunshine and hot temperatures on Saturday and Sunday. Highs both days around 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 67 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 79% with winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Today we're looking at more rain chances. Pretty good chance of rain, 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms, mainly for this afternoon, but they're saying some of these storms could be severe. Partly cloudy, high of 86 today. Winds will be a bit breezy out of the south, 10 to 15 this morning, picking up this afternoon, 20 to 25 miles per hour. They do say new rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch, except when an actual thunderstorm moving through the area. 20% chance of showers tonight, mainly before midnight, otherwise mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 60 with southeast winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. And then for your weekend, things warming back up. Sunny, high of 101 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow night. Overnight low of 65 degrees. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Sunday, sunny, hot, 103 for a high. Winds out of the northeast 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then looking like it's going to be hot next week, too. We're going to be floating in the 100s, 101s, and all that for a good hunk of next week as well. All right, it is 22 minutes after 8. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and then Rob's going to join us on the other side here, and we'll talk truck drag racing. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
J. Block for governor. J. Block, conservative, veteran, leader. J. Block is the only choice to stand up and defeat Michelle Lujan Grisham. Mr. Block is a veteran of combat, serving in Afghanistan, a nuclear commander, and winner of the New Mexico State Republican Convention. As an America First conservative, Mr. Block has turned blue seats red and has never lost a race. Mr. Block will end the madness in Santa Fe once and for all. He's not a weatherman. He's not a rhino. J. Block is a conservative, veteran, and a leader. Vote June 7th in the Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends for J Block.
You know what happens in the spring. It's cleanup time. And AC&B, HF Sinclair, Navajo Refining, and the Boy Scouts are at it again to help clean up our community. The Scouts will come to your house and haul off items that you need to dispose of and have no way of hauling. The dates for pickup are May 28th, June 4, and June 11. Just call 575-513-0143 and let me know when, where, and what. Take advantage of this free service and let's make Artesia clean and beautiful.
Hi, this is Kevin Ray from my friends at Sun State Technology Group. There are no timeouts in business, and with the game getting more challenging than ever, it's time to make the play for better, more reliable technology. Sun State Tech is your local IT solutions company that provides protection and upgrades to keep your business at the top of its game. Managed IT services, cybersecurity, and more are delivered by the home team experts at Sun State Tech. Visit sunstatetech.com today for your free, no obligation technology checkup.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Carlsbad Main Street and the City of Carlsbad invite you to join us June 10th and 11th for Cavern Fest 2022. Cavern Fest kicks off Friday, June 10th at 6 o'clock with food trucks, vendors, and music headlined by Curtis Grimes. Saturday, June 11th starts at noon with music, vendors, and activities all day, capped off with Holly Tucker and headliner the Randy Rogers Band. Cavern Fest is free thanks to our sponsors, A.R. Foreman Construction, Carlsbad Chevrolet, XTO, and many more.
Roswell is our home. That's why we've all got to do our part to stop illegal dumping. Throwing your trash, clutter, or yard debris in the alleys, sidewalks, or streets is a crime, and it takes time and money to clean it up. Those caught dumping illegally can face fines of up to $500. You can help by taking your waste to the landfill once a month for free with a paid water bill. Call the City of Roswell Solid Waste Department for more information at 575-624-6746. Help keep Roswell clean. After all, do you want your kids to grow up in a dump?
If you suffer from pogonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 26 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Roswell Dragway, Alien City Dragway here, Rob Kuhn with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's race day.
Yeah, this sounds like a lot of fun. Now, we'd love to invite the folks to come on out. If you've never been out to the Dragway here and seen a night of racing, then maybe make this weekend your first opportunity to come check some racing out.
Exactly. Tonight is a street car race.
Okay.
Test and tune for the big hot rods. Come out and so
those guys are all tweaking and getting ready for tomorrow.
But our street cars, our Mustangs and Camaros and stuff you see going up and down Main Street here, they come out, the younger generation, and we just let them burn the tires off.
Absolutely. Well, that's the next. I mean, this is how you build passion for the sport and things, and yeah, if you're a person that loves cars, it's you're out there with your Mustang, your Camaro, whatever it is.
Plus, it's a great, safe environment. They're
Take it
off
out
the
to the
street,
dragway.
They're not
Exactly.
Yeah. The only thing about our dragway right now, they're doing some construction.
Okay.
Right there at Hobson and YO Crossing, you're going to have to go down to the next exit to get in.
Okay.
To take a right, and then you got to work your way back through. If you go out there, you'll see how it's.
They'll have signs or whatever telling people.
But where you usually turn to come in, you're going to have to go down to the next intersection and take a right.
Okay.
And work your way back that way. It's very simple. But
if you come at the right time, just kind of follow the herd. They'll all be kind of going that way. So
absolutely.
Just get in the group and merge on in. So, but so tonight's going to be fun because now you get to see friends and neighbors and folks.
And it's a friendly night.
Bringing their rides out, coming on out, real community thing.
Sure.
But if you kind of want to get a preview of some of the big boy nitro stuff.
They'll be out there tonight doing some test and tuning, and then tomorrow night
is game on for them.
Yeah, game on.
Nice. So if you kind of want to see, and I'm guessing, and this is where I love drag racing as a sport and things, it's one of those sports where you get to interact with the crews and things.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously, you go to an NFL game or whatever, you're not going to hang out on the sidelines and strike up a conversation with the coach or nothing.
Well, I go to Phoenix and different big racetracks, and I can walk through the pits and shake hands with John Force or any of the big guys. You go to a NASCAR race, which I've been to, you can't get within 100 yards of those drivers.
Yeah,
they're like protected like with the NASCAR Secret Service.
Sure, it's seen and not heard or whatever.
NHRA, that's why it was built that way.
Yeah.
Fan friendly, sign autographs.
Well, and a lot of it, especially here like this, you can kind of walk through the pits, the garage area.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you're a car person and you want to talk shop with some of these folks, they love doing that and love, maybe you're interested in getting into the sport and you're like, what kind of investment am I talking about here? What am I doing? Start picking brains down there and seeing what's involved and what's going on there. And of course, if you're just dad and bringing the kids out and say, let's go check out some cool cars, and dad and kid sitting there talking with some of the drivers and some of the mechanics and things like that.
Our last race, I've got a 55 Chevy I race. And people come by and take pictures of it. And a family of 4, 2 little girls came by, and I opened it up and let the kids sit in it. And they got pictures, and they just thought I was the handiest thing since a pocket on a shirt, But that's the way it goes with everybody out there. Everybody does that.
As a man now, but once a boy, I know
absolutely.
exactly how cool a big a deal it is. Prop you up behind the wheel of a race car and get all that cool stuff. It is so much fun. And
sure.
And of course, it's drag race in action. I mean, if you've ever been to a drag, I got to experience it for the first time when I was like a teenager, because I had a friend whose dad was he raced funny cars and all that stuff, and he didn't do like the backyard stuff. He wasn't quite John Force level and all that, but he was one of those guys that
top sportsman.
Yeah, he was. He put some coin into his investment here with his cars.
Sure.
He had an old Vega that he first did it with and blew that thing up, and then he ended up running a '68 Camaro that he completely fixed up into one of these hot rods and ran it for years.
Well, I guarantee you, there's cars in this town, and there's a lot of race cars in this town. You just don't see them too much, except on race day. But guys have got $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 in their cars, plus their tow rigs.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the big motor homes with the double stacker trailers, and you can tie up a couple $100,000 real quick.
Absolutely.
In an operation. Now, me, I've got a 20-foot enclosed trailer and a 55 Chevy and a pickup, and I'm kind of down on the low end of the spectrum. Poor boy racing. But
you're more in the hobbyist, not in the serious.
There's some serious drag racers, and we get some coming over here from Texas that are just crazy fast and good racers.
Yeah.
Of course, our racers are too. We'll we'll pit our racers up against anybody.
Absolutely. But here's the part I love too is like you get to learn kind of the intricacies of the sport, and you realize there's a lot more strategy involved in things than people realize. Most people just think start a light and start racing, and no. There's a lot more to that. It's all about hitting that what they call the Christmas tree just right and doing all that stuff. And so it's as much, because let's face it, all these cars, these drivers are all pretty fast. They're all pretty good. The difference is, hitting your marks right, doing the right, making sure you don't miss those beats, miss the right things. And I don't know all the exact stuff, but I understand it is really this, it's you do these things by the numbers, it's going to be sweet.
I'm an old guy. My reaction times have slowed down so much, and you end up racing some 20-something kid, and you're 70-ish, maybe a little older. Yeah. They're going to kill you every time, unless you just dial. You hit one lucky.
Well, and that's where the being smarter, why the little bit of wisdom does sometimes trump.
Oh, there's some tricks you can play. There's some tricks.
I'm kind of curious, just because like we were talking money and things like that, but really I know in terms of racing, cars break you know what I mean. So when it comes to preparing for a race, like how much, like what's the, and I'm sure each team has a different philosophy on this, but like I imagine the money because at some point you're like, okay, we blew something, we're going to have to replace it before the next race, but you don't know that's going to happen, so you kind of got to keep a stable of parts and things. I mean, obviously there's tendencies for certain parts to break over others, so you're like, I'm going to need to have more of those. Right. But how do you gauge that when you go into a weekend saying, like, do I bring a whole nother engine if I need? I mean, like, what do you know is like how much to bring and what's overkill or what's not enough?
Well, most guys like myself, I have a shop, and throughout the years, many years, I've accumulated hand-me-downs, and I've bought stuff that I didn't need, but I'll need next year. The main thing is oil, filters, spark plugs, stuff like that. You got to keep that oil changed. You got to keep them spark plugs changed out.
I didn't know if you had to bring like a whole garage of Napa parts with you or something.
My theory is, if I broke it out there, I'll just bring it home.
Gotcha.
Fix it Monday morning and live to race another day.
If it breaks that bad, then you're probably out for the day.
Now, I take my tools out there, and if there's something loose or something I can fix real quick.
Gotcha.
But I don't want to spend my whole time out there underneath the car.
Right.
When I could be watching other cars go down the track.
Sure. For you, it's fun, and you're like, I can do that at home.
Sure.
And now I'm going to sit in the stands and be a spectator.
Well, the last 2 days I've had my motor totally tore apart, and it'll be back together by noon today, ready to go. So.
Well, and then again, people like that. This is labor like yourself. They're the guys that. They see a garage floor full of parts, and they're like, "Oh boy!"
Oh yeah,
not oh boy.
Oh yeah. Another thing I'd like to say about our track, we're kind of on life support right now. We were told to be off that track by January of next year, of 23. They had other plans for that property out there. We've had that track since 1986 out there. Rick Calloway built that track, and before that, it was out at the airport.
Gotcha.
I've been racing there since the late 60s, but we've kind of hit these crossroads now to where we're hoping the city will let us keep our track open. Roswell's, there's not a whole lot of entertainment here in Roswell. We don't have big concerts and big baseball teams and football.
We're not a mecca for that stuff.
Right.
We're a passing through type town.
Unless you like to play golf, you can bowl, you can go to the movies, and you're pretty much limited. We've had this track in operation since 1986. We've had some tremendous success out there. It sat vacant for 3 years when the Alien City Dragway took it back over. And when you let one sit for 3 years, it just kills the track.
Absolutely. I imagine it just fell apart.
There was 6 of us went in on this. We formed a board, which I'm the president, and we started rebuilding this track. Now our board's down to 3, but we still, last Saturday, we were out pouring concrete on the starting line because the drivers complained there was a hump there. So we cut the hump out and fixed that. We have spent lots and lots of money out there. And we're hoping the city will give us a reprieve and let us keep our track out there.
Sure. You're trying to take care of it. And it's,
and it's the best track by far in the state of New Mexico. Albuquerque's got a track. Deming's got a track. We butt heads with Hobbs. They have a track. We don't butt heads, but they
competing for the same dollar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Competing for the same dollar. Odessa's got a track. Amarillo's got a track. But if you'll ask any of these drivers that come over here, we got the nicest pits. They're all paved. We got a good concession. Where else can you?
The facility's a good facility.
Where else can you go? And at the end of the track, you look up and there's two 747s parked. That's what's cool about
it.
It
is a cool backdrop.
We got planes coming in and out. It is. It's a good track. It's a fast track, and we just hope the city sees in their wisdom to let us keep it.
Sure.
Because we've had it for a long time out
and
there.
I know that's been kind of something that's been in the papers and it is an issue here in the community for the last year or two here on this. And like you said, it's there's a lot of support to keep the drag way here and do all that. They have plans. And I think, so really what, as a community, if you want to see and want to continue to see races coming out here and all this stuff, two things you need to do. One is, write to your city councilors, things like that, talk for your support. And two, come out and support races. Come on out and watch a race here. Come and bring the family. Hang out an evening for fun in the pits and watching some great races and seeing what this sport's all about. And come and have some fun.
Well, I know these cars here that we have coming in, these pickups and funny cars and stuff. If you look around Roswell, I'm not sure exactly where all they're going to be parked today, but they'll be parked around businesses around Roswell.
So might be hanging out
up and down Main Street. You'll see these things somewhere.
Okay. So get out and talk to these guys. If you happen to be there visiting and you see the team hanging out, come and chew the fat with them for a little bit here.
I think South Albertsons is going to have one. Powell Tire down south.
Okay.
Different places. If you drive down Main Street, you'll see their display set up. And this is tonight's, again, a test and tune, and these big cars will be out testing, and then tomorrow night it gets down to the brass tacks.
Yeah.
And
gates will open at 6 o'clock tonight.
Right.
And they'll start racing out there about 7, so you can get you a good spot, maybe get some dinner, and get you settled for the race.
And we got food trucks out there. There'll be plenty of goodies.
Yeah, you go away hungry, it's kind of your own fault.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
But as far as recommendations, as far as like hearing protection, things like that, do you recommend that kind of stuff? And because I know it does get a little loud, especially if you're hanging out by the burnout zone and all that.
Especially with these big cars. Bring you some earmuffs or earplugs. We got what a lot of people do is they come out in their pickups and they can back up on the west end of the track, and you got basically an eighth of a mile of parking there.
Mm-hmm.
Put your lawn chair in there. Put your cooler with your, we hope, non-alcoholic beverages.
Put your favorite sodas and waters and fruit
and put a lawn chair back there. Or we got some good bleachers.
Yeah.
But if you want to just stay in your car, you back up there.
Make it like a little family picnic night out kind of thing and enjoy the races.
Yeah. It's a good time, and we put on a good show out there.
What's cost to get in and all that stuff?
$15.
Very good for a night of entertainment. What about if there's some racers around listening and want to get in on tonight's races? A, is that still available? And B, what does that cost?
Tonight, it's $30.
Okay.
For you to come out and
bring what you brought, basically.
Run what you brought.
Yeah.
And these guys, they'll make so many runs out there because they enjoy it so much, and they just burn them tires off. And I wish that I had a program like that when I started racing, because I went from right into the steep competition kind of stuff.
Sure.
These guys
got thrown to the wolves a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
These guys, they race side by side. One's a 13-second car, one's a 15-second car, but they do it all night long.
Yeah.
But you'll get to see some guys who are going to race tomorrow with real race cars.
Sure.
The full out race cars that will be out there tonight and then tomorrow.
But sure. I would even argue when you bring what you brought, bring what you run, kind of, if you got that mindset, you're going to see that's also the future of the sport. I mean,
absolutely.
Some are just going to keep doing it as a hobby and have fun, and that's awesome. We want that. But one or two of those, especially if they're like 18-year-old kids or something that are looking for a career as a driver in this industry, whether it's drag racing or round, dirt racing or oval track racing, whatever it is, they're learning their chops here. They're doing it in their own cars, and they're learning timing and shifting and hitting that Christmas tree just right and all those skill sets. So when they put them in something that's got a little more heat underneath the hood, then they're better trained and equipped.
NHRA has got a class called Junior Dragster. You can start at 7 years old. It's a mini dragster with a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engine to start with.
Oh, cool!
And then as you get older,
like a go-kart on steroids kind of thing.
As you get older and your age group, those cars are wicked fast cars.
I'm like, can I drive one? I kind of want to.
Well, I'd love to drive one, but I weigh more than the car.
Oh, that's the problem.
But
they don't make them
these kids will cut your heart out on that Christmas tree. At 8 years old, they're cutting perfect lights, and of course, it's a family sport. Mom and Dad bring them, and then what's nice about that is they go up to another class, and then they start driving big dragsters with V8 motors. Erica Enders, the reigning pro stock champ in NHRA, she started out in the junior dragster. All of these younger group right now started out in the junior dragster categories and have made a living off of it and done very well. But these kids are ruthless when it comes to cutting good lights and running consistent.
Sure. I'm wondering if gaming has trained them. With all the gaming and that hand-eye coordination. As far as getting that light just right and hitting it on the right post there. Yeah.
A few years ago, we had the world champion junior dragster driver and owner, Bobby Jones, whatever. They come in a tractor trailer, and it says, whatever his name was, Bobby Jones, world champion junior dragster. Well, they were on their way to Denver to the national meet up there for junior dragsters. Well, I thought, let's just run through Roswell, pick up some pocket change, and
move on. Yeah,
and move on.
Clean house here. Show them how it's done.
First round, a little 8-year-old girl put this kid on the trailer so fast.
That's the fun part about racing, though. Too is it's you hear football any given Sunday. It's very true in drag racing too. You could come out here and have the baddest, coolest car on the planet. But if you don't hit the marks right, you're going to be in the stands watching the rest of the night there.
And for people that don't know about our drag racing, that track will be prepped. Tonight it'll be prepped pretty decent. Tomorrow it'll be to where you could not walk on the starting line and your shoes not get pulled off your feet. That's how sticky it'll be. We put some rosin compound on it, liquid compound. We mix it with methanol, and it's a very sticky. And these big cars love it. And any car
should make some good burnouts at the beginning. And I'm not going to lie. Some of my favorite part of the race is before the race even starts, watching them burn out. The tires warmed up and everything.
Yeah.
Because they'll hit it hard, especially when you get dragsters and funny cars and these nitro guys. It's going to get loud. You just watch the tires increase, the whole car lift up.
Well,
it's really cool.
You can feel the palpitations in your heart, and you will find out, you will rattle the fillings in your teeth listening to these things, just the concussion and the power these things generate. I don't know what the horsepower of these will be, but a top fuel dragster or funny car is putting out 11,000 horsepower.
Yeah. It's basically like ever been watching Top Gun over the weekend?
I watched it. I went and saw it yesterday.
It's a fun movie.
It is.
That's like basically when you get to these top fuel dragsters, it's like strapping into one of those, except it doesn't leave the ground. That's really what we're talking about.
They're pulling like 7 Gs, taking off, and when they pull a parachute, it's negative 8 Gs.
Yeah.
I mean, these cars are going from 0 to 100 in 1 second.
Yeah, it's amazingly. So when we talk about the drivers and stuff, it's a sport. You got to be in shape, and you got to it's a workout when you're behind the wheels. That's just like you talk about, like even like for NASCAR and stuff. That you're watching those races, like are they out? Yeah, you go 500 miles at 200 miles an hour for 3 hours straight, and see how you feel after that.
Well, and what amazes me about those kind of cars is who can build a motor that'll run 9,000 RPMs for 500 miles?
Yeah.
And use it the next race.
Yeah.
I mean, they freshen a little. I mean,
the next night they're back doing it again.
It's amazing the mechanics and the engineers these big teams have. Of course,
dragsters. It's like you're kind of like it's a different strategy. Is of the oval track? They're it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
For dragsters, it's the complete opposite. You're trying to basically shoot your whole wad in a quarter mile, and trying to leave it all on the track. So, so you're just it's not about I don't care what more power, more whatever we can do to blow it to shave off another 1/10 of a second off that time.
NHRA has most events are quarter mile. They're finding out that the smaller tracks like ours, we're going the 1/8 mile for a couple of reasons. The insurance is so much cheaper. Because cars don't go near as fast.
Yeah.
And we're finding we're having a lot less accidents. And I hated it at first, but I thought, okay, I'm using only half the fuel. I'm wearing my motor out, just half as much.
Sure. And having just as much fun.
And nobody can play a trick with, there's all kinds of tricks you can play when you're running a quarter mile because you got another 1/8 of a mile to do whatever you want. When you run an 1/8 of a mile, you better be on your game and balls to the wall. There ain't no time.
Because you blink, it's over.
Exactly.
By the time you're thinking about it, you done missed the whole race.
And I'd like to think we couldn't do this out there without like Chance Materials. They poured our concrete out there for us on a racetrack.
And they can do it for your home or business too.
Right,
so
exactly. Tate Branch, he supported us so much. Tate's an old drag racer.
I'm about to say he's got some wheel time.
He is. He was a professional drag racer.
Yeah.
Sunwest Refrigeration. That's
okay.
Roy and George. They're on the board. Powell Tire. They support us. Rock Auto, Candlewood Sweets. They give us a tremendous deal on our out of town races.
So a lot of your drivers this weekend are going to be setting up shop out of Candlewood.
They give us a tremendous rate. J&S Mechanical, John Smith, or they have a kind of an HVAC business. He's out there with us. Him and Sarah are out there every time we work. And then Davis Reynolds, they rent us sweepers and stuff all the time. And so we're really blessed to have good people here that want this track and will support it.
Sure. And really at the end of the day, and I think when we're talking about, the city and some of those issues there on whether we can keep this as the home for racing or we're going to find a new home, whatever that's going to be. But this is one of those things where you groom it, you be a part of it, and I think when you come out and support it, you're going to turn out, you're going to have some fun, even if you don't know a thing about racing. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to be educated necessarily on what they're doing to come out and enjoy it. Because once it happens, you're going to watch a few races, you're going to get bit by the bug, and you're going to be like, this is really cool. And you talk to a driver, talk to some of the people in the stands, and you start learning a little bit about. Next thing you know, you're out the next weekend coming out and watching a race too.
And that's bring mom and dad's car out. If you can.
There you go.
Start out small.
Yeah.
Another thing, if you need a job, we got jobs out there. They're just for 3 or 4 nights a month.
Okay.
But we need some people to help us out there.
Well, and like you said, you guys are just a couple of you on weekends, pouring concrete, laying things out. If you'd like to get involved that way, we'd love the more hands make less work. So.
Right, and this is for race night, and we would really like to hire a new track manager. Our last track manager quit, and he did a great job for us. Roy Stevenson is our interim track manager right now, and but he's a racer like me. I was having to work up in the tower, and Roy was running the track, and so that meant our cars were parked. But the track comes first. If anybody's out there and has any experience and would like to be our track manager, let us know. We'll
reach out.
We'll reach out and
come out this weekend and
exactly
and
get a hold of me, Roy, or George. We're easy to find.
Good deal.
And let us know. We'd like to interview you and maybe be your new track manager.
Absolutely. Lots of opportunities here if you want to get involved, either being hired or if you want to, just even volunteer to help it on some of these things. And like you said, you're down to 3 members on the board here, so I imagine you could use a few board members to help with some of the decision making and execution of some of the plans here.
Exactly.
So please, if you're out this weekend out at the races, come talk to one of these guys here, and let's see if maybe, who knows, this might be your next passion and labor of love here.
Might be a new John Force waiting out there.
You never know. But again, come on out tonight, tomorrow night. Racing starts at 7 tonight. Doors will open at 6. Tomorrow, the gates will open at 5. Racing starts at 7. Get there early, especially tomorrow night. Get there when it comes at 5. I recommend you get there when the gates open 5. That gives you a chance to walk the pits and kind of meet the drivers. And if they're busy getting ready for races, you might want to just kind of stand back and let them watch. But if there's some downtime, go shoot the bull with these guys.
Everybody likes, Oh, and another thing, real quick, Father's Day. We're putting on a car show at First United Methodist Church.
Okay.
Our pastors asked, we did it last year, if you got a hot rod and you want to come out, or if you just want to come out and look at some, in the parking lot of the First Methodist Church, 200 North Penn.
Yeah, just a couple blocks
on the Kentucky side.
Okay.
We're going to have a car show, and we'll have the hot dog guy there.
Oh, great.
Giving out hot dogs. So
come see some great, beautiful rides.
Or bring your street car, bring your hot rod, bring your mom and dad's car.
Bring your old classic beauty, whatever.
Anything. We'd love to have you there.
Yeah, if it's a unique car, come bring it out and have some fun with it. And let's show it off and brag and talk a little bit. And, especially even work in progresses. I love when they come out with those. I love, I every once in a while I'll go out to a car show, and then you'll see a guy with like old 57 Chevy or something. It's kind of half restored.
Right.
I love those because you're right in the middle of seeing this beauty come back to life.
And then the next year you go, he's finished with it, and you go, wow.
That's the same car. Yeah. Is there any information, Rob, we didn't get a chance to talk about?
No, other than just be aware of the detour. Just go south one more intersection and take that right there, and it'll weave you around through that area down there, and it'll bring you back out on Wyo Road.
Yeah. Don't forget, if you have questions, you can like and follow the Alien City Dragway or Roswell Dragway. I think it's under both.
Exactly.
They're on Facebook. Like and follow. You can learn more about this event and everything else going on.
Yes.
Plus, things I was noticing the other day, I was looking through there, and you guys have like, cars for sale, things like, just stuff like that. So if you're looking for that kind of information, it's a good thing to follow so you can stay up to date on that kind of stuff too.
Absolutely.
So, and of course, if you have questions about anything, you shoot a message through there and somebody will get back to you. And that's probably the most efficient way to get that done, I'm thinking. So.
Well, we just hope everybody will come out and enjoy the races. If it's your first time, you're going to walk away from there going, wow, that was crazy. It's a safe sport. We've had one accident out there in the last 7 or 8 years, and it wasn't the track's fault. It was the driver's fault.
Sure.
He just let it get away from him.
It happens.
It does. I've come close many a time to smacking the wall, but you got to raise that right foot.
The good news is because of the safety and stuff with some of these cars, it's not the driver you got to worry about. It's the money you're going to spend fixing all that.
Yeah. Well,
that's the more disappointing part. A lot of
this guy hurt himself pretty bad, but he totally destroyed a beautiful race car.
Oh man!
And but
fun weekend. Hopefully, no one wrecks them too bad out there, and has a great weekend. And we see who knows? Maybe you see a record-breaking track time or something out there on Saturday or tomorrow night or tonight for that matter.
Well,
so
Saturday night for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
We're just bring some earplugs. Maybe some suntan lotion.
Yeah, especially for the early evening, it gets a little sunny out there.
And some chairs and a cooler full of Cokes and water, and just have a good time.
Yeah, and then like I said, there's going to be food trucks and stuff. So
food truck here.
If you want to picnic or whatever, but if you come hungry, they got plenty of grub
shame on
for
you for leaving hungry.
Exactly. So, well, thank you, Rob. Appreciate the visit, and can't wait to talk some more about some drag racing and stuff with you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll see you next time.
All righty.
It is 8:56. I got to play some commercials before we get you into news. Don't go away. Quick break, and we'll be back.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The OPEC oil cartel and allied producing countries, including Russia, will raise production by 648,000 barrels per day in July and August, offering modest relief for a global economy suffering from soaring energy prices. The cost of oil, which began to rise sharply to start off the year, spiked after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. U.S. crude prices are now up 54% since the beginning of the year, and international crude prices are up almost 40% in that time. Ford will add 6,200 factory jobs in Michigan, Missouri, and Ohio as it prepares to build more electric vehicles and roll out 2 redesigned combustion engine models. The company says it will invest $3.7 billion in 3 states between now and 2026. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
This is Luis Sanchez, your Republican candidate for Congress in New Mexico's 1st District. I grew up in Albuquerque in a small little trailer in the South Valley and was the first person in my family to go to college and live the American dream. I've worked in the medical field for 28 years and am one of the owners of Caliber's indoor shooting ranges. I'm running for Congress because I see that American dream slipping away from the next generation. Socialists like Melanie Stansbury and AOC have inflation out of control in this country, and we have the highest unemployment rate in the nation. And those radical socialists won't stop until our country is ruined. In Congress, I'll uphold our conservative values, fight for all of our freedoms, just like I did when the governor tried to shut down New Mexico's small businesses. I am asking for your vote early or on June 7th. I'll work hard to protect your constitutional rights, secure our elections, and fight for real immigration reform to secure our borders. It's time to take our state and country back. I'm Luis Sanchez, and I approve this message. Paid for by Sanchez for New Mexico.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, closing in on 9 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. Molly Boyles with Main Street Roswell going to join us. Tonight is First Friday. And there's a lot of stuff planned here in the Main Street downtown corridor here, so we'll get all that from Molly next hour. But first, Town Hall News. Don't go away.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. America's employers grew their payrolls by 390,000 jobs last month. PNC Financial Chief Economist Gus Fauché says the Labor Department report also shows that wages are rising.
We had average hourly earnings up by about 0.3% over the month. They're up by a little over 5% over the past year. That's a bit below the rate of inflation, but still that means that businesses are competing for workers. They're raising pay.
AAA says this morning's national average for a gallon of regular gas, a record $4.76, and that's up a nickel since yesterday. A convicted murderer has died in a shootout with Texas police after killing a family of 5 in Houston, taking off in their truck.
Gonzalo Lopez had been on the run since May 12th when he escaped a prison bus by stabbing its driver. He was thought to be hiding near Centerville, Texas, when authorities received a call from someone concerned about not hearing from a relative. Officers went to the family's cabin and found the bodies of 1 adult and 4 minors. Gone was their pickup truck. State Prison System spokesman Jason Clark says law enforcement officers located the stolen vehicle south of San Antonio, more than 200 miles away, disabled it with spike strips, and killed Lopez in an exchange of gunfire. Lopez was serving a life sentence for murder. I'm Ben Thomas.
President Biden urging Congress to pass more gun control laws. There is a good deal of skepticism on the GOP side of the aisle.
President Biden addressed the nation about gun control from the White House. He accused Republicans in Congress of moving slow on the matter and said there was no good reason for private citizens to own some weapons. Florida State Representative Randy Fine tweeted, "I have news for the embarrassment that claims to be our president. Try to take our guns and you'll learn why the Second Amendment was written in the first place."
And that's correspondent Bernie Bennett. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
A former Mexican state governor accused of embezzling public funds, extradited from the U.S. Cesar Duarte was the governor of Chihuahua State until 2016 before he fled to Miami. The BBC's Leonardo Russia reports.
Mr. Duarte fled Mexico and prosecutors produced evidence of widespread corruption in his administration. He was known for his lavish lifestyle and extravagant parties during his time in office. Prosecutors say that he used an official helicopter to fly friends and family to his private ranch. The former governor was also accused of stealing hundreds of cattle bought with state funds to help small-scale ranchers after the northern Mexican region was hit by drought. About 500 cattle that were found in Mr. Duarte's 20 farms were seized by the authorities.
A massive fire has engulfed a business center in western Moscow. Authorities say that several people could be trapped. News and analysis, townhall.com. It's a nice boost for employment in Michigan, Missouri, and Ohio. 6,200 Ford factory jobs on the way.
The company says it will invest $3.7 billion in the 3 states. A factory near Cleveland will be expanded so it can build a new electric commercial vehicle with 800 new jobs. A plant in Claycomo, Missouri, near Kansas City, that makes big electric and combustion engine vans will get a third shift of 1,100 workers. And in Michigan, the company will add 2,000 jobs at 3 assembly plants as well as another 1,200 at other facilities. John Scott reported.
A Russian cargo spacecraft docking at the International Space Station, delivering almost 3 tons of supplies to the crew. Watching Wall Street, the Dow down 321 points, the NASDAQ off 290 points, and the S&P is down 58. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number. I was trying to see who's coming in. Hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters. Right here. Roy was ready.
Oh, I saw him.
Roy was ready. He was like, I'm ready to fill in. I got mud water in hand and ready to do this. So.
I was wrapping up that break and I heard the music coming. I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Good thing you had that big cup of mud water to get you the energy to run over
Give
here.
me that zip.
All right.
Oh no.
Folks, don't have to worry about the mud water, but I do recommend you visit McDonald's.
Oh, absolutely.
Swing on by any of your even the new South Main McDonald's. Come on by for a visit. Download the app. Download the app. The app is your friend. The app is your compadre.
I will say this. The app is your friend. The drive-thru at the South Main McDonald's, however, is not my car's friend. I figured this out recently because of how they have it set up. It's set up so that, trucks, bigger vehicles, because, heading south, heading down Southeast Main, you're heading towards like the worky areas. It's set up with a little bit of a barrier between the window and where you pull in. So with my tiny, tiny, tiny car, I have to lean fully out of my window in order to interact with people.
It's a little too tall, or
a little bit too far away.
Too far away. So close.
I like how
walk in the door and the counter's not there.
Yeah, it's very odd. Like I said, the setup is odd. You get the kiosks when you first walk in, so you don't necessarily have to have an interaction with a human being. It's fantastic for you introverts.
Sure. Yeah, and that's kind of I've been to other new McDonald's facilities, and they have that same where you walk in, it's the kiosk, bam, right there at you. So very
bam,
cacao. I have not watched Rob Riggle recently. I don't know why I keep doing that.
In a minute. It's a real Catalina wine mixer of what?
So why is Roy walking in with an egg in a shot glass?
Oh my God!
What are we
really
doing,
going to do this?
What are we doing?
No. If you're doing this, you're sitting here, and I'm.
Oh, you're going to eat this egg?
He's gonna eat egg live on radio. Yeah.
Hold on. Time
Really?
out.
So I have to
Let's put some context.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So Sean's.
I need to do this.
All right. He's on for. Yeah. So, all right. Explain this egg thing.
Okay. Now here's the thing. This might be your last day on Earth.
How long has this egg been in the fridge?
It's been at least a couple of months.
This egg's been there for months?
A couple of weeks, not months.
Okay, fine. I would say a month. A month.
All right.
About a month. So I get farm fresh eggs from a friend of mine's mother-in-law who has a farm. And I had some of these eggs at the radio station the other day, taking them home. As I was walking by, I offered Roy an egg in this trying time. And he accepted.
It's a bit.
It's an old bit. And he accepted.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia bit, if you're looking for the reference.
He accepted said egg, but it's just sort of like been hanging out in the fridge ever since. I wasn't sure what was going to happen here. But I think we're about to find out.
Now, I'm all for fun and games. This boy ain't about to get salmonella, is he?
Well, what I'm really worried, oh yeah, we need you to sign something. What I'm genuinely worried about is once he cracks the egg, if it does not have a decent smell.
Oh.
This is an enclosed studio and we have a guest coming in, which is kind of why I think we should put some planning to it first.
That's why I think this is my last chance to do this, because it might go bad after this week.
Or maybe we talk about things before we do things.
Well, yeah, he just rolled in with a shot glass and an egg. I'm like, what's going on here?
I think I'm a bad influence on our friend Roy here.
Hey, y'all two cook it up.
No, that's the thing. It's uncooked.
I'm doing this to prove a point to Sean that you can indeed do this, and it does taste good when you do it with a good egg.
Okay.
If this is a good egg.
Okay.
But
let's find out if it's a good egg.
Yeah. That's why I brought the shot glass, because I'm not gonna. I would.
If it smells like a fart in here, I'm gonna be mad. But
it's not gonna.
Just in here yet. All right.
Okay.
By the way,
try not to make a mess.
Good tip to crack an egg: always go on a flat surface.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's not bad.
Doesn't smell egg.
bad.
Looks like egg. That's a little stringy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Well, it's got a thick what do you call it? Oh God, membrane.
Because
it's a farm egg. So
that's true.
They're built strong.
Yeah, it's still growing.
Oh wow, that's
here. Drop the shell in here.
Okay. That's a clean break.
You're
by the way,
saving it for something.
I got to give young Roy some props. That's a very clean break. All right.
And I was giving him advice on how to break. So you're gonna drink this?
Yeah.
All right, now let me get some context here.
Okay.
Because you say that. How often do you eat just eggs in a Rocky style?
I not very often. I do it
Did Rocky influence you?
Yeah.
Like you've seen Rocky. He
That's
used
probably
to
the
crack
only...
open like a half dozen eggs and then just drunk them down.
Yeah, and I did it one time just to see if it actually, tasted good.
It doesn't seem like a taste thing to me that's the barrier. It's
a
the consistency.
Yeah, it's got to feel oogie.
It's two different levels of life, and I'm not going to try to say things before you do this. By the way, visit McDonald's. I keep seeing the McDonald's logo in the background. This
was Friday. Y'all making me drink mud water and raw eggs.
Why are we doing this today?
I'm supposed to be eating good things today.
Why can't we just have nice things?
That's why.
Okay.
That's why you gotta. Well, you said the consistency, right?
Yeah.
That's why you gotta let it burst in your mouth before you swallow
God,
it.
That makes it worse.
So you, hold on. So you
yes,
put the yolk in your
pun
mouth.
Intended.
Do you put the yolk and then swish it around and break it up so it gets nice and gooey and then down the hatch?
Yeah, you can do that. You can just do it you can just swallow the whole thing without breaking the egg, but you can burst it.
What do you recommend when one does this?
My goal.
What's the chef's preferred preparation?
I'm just trying to get Sean to vomit on.
No, I know what
camera.
you're trying to do. You have to remember, I started my career eating dog food. There's really not a whole lot you can do in front of me that's going to gross me out.
I've seen this man get stapled in the butt. I've seen this man try to drink a gallon of eggnog.
Yeah.
I've seen him eat dog food.
A gallon of
this ain't going to crack.
I didn't succeed.
He did not succeed. This ain't going to crack the top 10 as far as what he's put in his body.
Oh, okay.
But I've never done anything like this, so I'm curious to see.
Well, the fact that the egg is like a month old does add a layer of
it's not bad.
danger to it.
It doesn't smell, so I'm pretty sure it's still.
Well, if I don't see you on Monday and this boy's in the hospital for salmonella, I don't know what's going on. I had nothing to do with this. I want that. So lawsuits right now.
Yeah.
Well,
lawyers.
Oh, Roy's doing all this of his own cognition. We didn't ask him to do any of this.
No.
All right, well, this should be exciting. Let's go.
I know. I'm waiting on eggshells.
And with that, we go
to the world.
And that's how it's done.
It coats the throat. A little bit of throat coat.
So how often do you do this?
Yeah, I got that. You got that eggy flavor in the throat.
That eggy flavor.
How often do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Not very often.
I mean, is it as a weekly thing? You're popping some raw eggs?
No.
And when you do this, is it a one jobber?
I haven't done this in a while, actually.
3 or 4 eggs? What's the rule? What's the standard quantity of eggs?
I only do it whenever I don't want to cook an egg.
When is?
But I really want an egg.
Hold on.
And you're just like,
you
I need
do
some
understand
protein.
that you're walking down a hallway and you're opening a door that's just another hallway of more doors. Okay, this is what's happening right now. You're just getting yourself lost down a corridor of doors.
So when you have a craving for an egg, when you say, it sounds good right now, an egg. Okay? I've had cravings. I know cravings that you're talking about. I've had cravings man, a steak would be really good right now. But I've never been like, you know what? I'm too tired of throwing the steak on the grill. I'm just going to pop this bad boy out of the fridge.
No, it's not the same thing.
And just go tartare style.
I've never been at a point where I crave something so bad that I'm just going to eat it and then uncooked. I mean, I can see if this was a piece of pizza, all right? Then you're like, all right, it's a cold pizza. This is an ingredient. That's like taking a handful of sugar and just throwing it in your mouth.
No, I've done that.
Or saying, I could go for some mustard. And then just squirting the mustard.
Again, don't group us together. I've done that too.
I'm just trying to see if maybe there's something that can help me wrap my head around this.
I feel like there is a line between what he did and me sitting in my office consuming a single sauce packet of hot sauce packet just because I didn't feel like having a full snack. I've done that before.
I'm miffed by the fact where sometimes I crave an egg, but I don't want to cook it.
Right.
So I eat it raw. Does that satisfy an egg craving of eating goo of raw?
You've had egg sunny side up, right?
Yes.
Do you get the spoon and
No, I dip my toast or my hash browns in it.
Or that too? Okay.
Yeah,
sometimes I get
let
a
it
spoon.
run over the whatever I'm eating.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a spoon and just eat the runny yolk out of it.
Now, I have done that too.
That's what
I
this
have
tastes
not.
like.
See, to me that seems odd.
I have done that.
If you pop it in your mouth, that's what this tastes like.
But it's reached a certain temperature, and also once it's reached that temperature, it hits a consistency. It changes. Like it actually gets a little
But then that's more like
pleasant.
a gravy.
Yeah,
things.
what do they say? It's like jelly.
Yeah.
Once it turns into like more of like a jelly, at that point, that's what I like it. Okay, I would say I like it more easy to medium than I do sunny side up.
If you love that, God bless you. But I just how does that scratch an itch to me? That's what I don't get.
I would say this: it's the most efficient thing known to man because you don't have to. If you're ever like in the wilderness with a dozen eggs, you're good. You don't need a cook surface.
It's a valid option, I think.
Before you decide to eat your,
I'm not telling people to,
I guess if it's either this or dying, yeah, it is a good option. But I've just never said I got a craving for eggs. Well, I'm like, no, I'm gonna at the bare minimum throw it in the microwave.
I'll tell you something. I will tell you this: if you have a craving for a fresh crack egg, head over to McDonald's. They'll crack an egg for you fresh. Throw it on the grill for you. You don't even have to cook it. It's there waiting for you fresh and hot.
They do have eggs, though.
They do have eggs. They have sausage. They've got bacon.
And that's a way better option just eating a raw egg, in my opinion.
They could probably give you the raw egg.
Just as fast as you could crack open, put in a shot glass, and consume a raw egg, you could probably have an Egg McMuffin in your hands.
I'm curious, like, are you full now? Like, do you feel satiated from that?
A little bit.
Well, it's a snack, not a whole dog meal.
God bless them.
It's like shrimp or any other food that
I've eaten shrimp.
People
It's
don't
nothing
like.
like that.
Like I didn't like shrimp and tomatoes and all that stuff. I was really picky when I was younger, and then I grew to like it. So if you grow to like it,
I guess it's just one of those things that, to me, you just ate an ingredient. You didn't eat a meal. I mean, to me, that's like going into the season rack and just start licking seasonings. It's just not weird.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right there. It's just, I mean, God bless you. Do you. I mean, if you're like, all I can think of is I'm making cake today, and you crack an egg, pour milk and flour in your mouth, and go, and then swallow it, and you're like, that's cake.
I haven't tried that yet, but that actually kind of sounds awesome.
But what I did is disgusting.
Well, because this is the one thing. And honestly, it's just because I can't wrap my head around it right now. I'm sure it's not that bad. It's just not it's not my bag, baby. That's
God bless you. Enjoy. I mean, if you enjoyed that, good for you.
I'm glad I was.
You're a cheap date. I
ladies,
guess.
he's single.
Yeah.
I mean, ladies.
Able to provide entertainment.
Yeah. He can eggs. He can.
You guys want to be exclusive? He can do that for you. That's right. And he's funny too. He'll crack you up.
Yeah. He's got a lay of the land.
The shell of a time.
He'll leave you shell shocked.
Is our guest here? Have they been suffering through this?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'm kind of disappointed our guest's not here, but thank God.
Let's stay on this mic. I just realized this one's got an egg.
Roy, God bless you, brother.
Bless you, brother.
You want to eat your eggs? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I admire the commitment to anybody who will commit to that bit like that, to a bit. I've always been somebody who admires commitment to the bit. So,
I want to know. Is it wrong that I want to push the envelope? Like I want to get like an 18-pack of eggs in here and see how far he goes.
Just go shot for. Well, here's the thing. How willing are you to go shot for shot?
Not at all.
Well, okay then.
I've earned my name above the marquee. I'm not doing that.
I have top billing here. Fair enough.
I do a lot of things, but I'm not doing that.
I'll do anything.
I drank the mud water. I've eaten the weirdest things here, but just going shot for shot on raw eggs.
All right.
Not only no, but hey no.
All right, fair enough. I don't know if I could do one. I would.
Like chicken nugget contest, raw or cooked meat, yes, I'll be there all day. But raw eggs, no. I feel like I'm setting myself up for death.
Me being who I am, I have a hard time saying this and taking this stance, but I don't know if I would be able to do this one.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't think you could hang. And you're the hanger of hanging on these
So
things.
if I can't... Yeah.
What are you drinking now?
It's just tea.
It's just tea with a little egg.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Is if you want to get weirder,
it's like an orange drink thing, but it's.
Well,
I used to. Brown.
Okay.
I used to put an egg in Coke or soda and mix it in there.
Wow, it's getting more layers of grossness.
I was just gonna give you like such a scenario where it could maybe work.
That ain't it.
That ain't it at all. Okay, so if
it helps with sickness,
I can see maybe
or
if you were to take a raw egg. Crack it, and then pour it into like a bottle, like a soda bottle, an empty bottle, and then put some salt, some pepper, some hot sauce in it, and then shake it
So
up
making a like egg batter for
to where you
scrambled
scramble
egg
like an omelet.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like a lot of hot sauce. And shake it up and then shoot it down. Maybe that could work. That's the only scenario where I think I could get
Still
it down.
out. There's...
Because my body, here's the problem. Once I put it in, it's not a problem of getting it past here. It's a problem of getting it past here. My body will reject things. I have an incredibly high gag reflex. Which is why my adult film career just not panned out.
I was going to say, you got to train that part of your body.
Dude, I have the highest gag reflex.
All right, now I've got a legit question I'm curious about, Roy. I just saw you eat that. What won't you eat? Like, what do you say, nah, I'm out? Like, where do you draw the line?
Olives.
Like,
bell peppers?
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I love bell peppers.
I don't like them
peppers?
either.
Oh,
I'm not a fan
love
of bell peppers either, but I'll eat them.
You said
But I'm
banana
not a
Banana peppers.
I love them. I like
I like peppers, but I'm not a bell
Spicier.
pepper fan. But something about that taste, I'm not a big fan of. I eat them because if that's in stuff, but I kind of agree with Roy. But I'll eat them.
Okay,
I'm not
fair enough.
But it's not grosser than what you just did.
Well, no, but okay. So like, what? Okay, so like, caviar.
Never had it.
But
Okay.
would you?
Would you try fish eggs?
Okay.
Okay.
What about what's that one? It's called gooey duck. No, it's
Gooey duck's a seafood.
Yeah.
That's the one with Dirty Jobs where he was pulling them out of the.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
I won't eat bugs.
Really?
No bugs?
I won't eat bugs.
Okay.
Now, I've eaten bugs. They really largely.
We've eaten
taste
bugs on the radio.
Yeah.
We had fried crickets in one
Matter of fact,
time.
we have. I think
Okay,
they're-
well, if
they're
it's
probably
already fried, then
they're probably expired now.
If they're raw,
Like,
that's just savage. But
yeah, I'm not gonna like eat a grasshopper alive.
yeah, we bought it. Sean found a box at a gas station of all places of fried crickets.
no Klein's Corners, it's not a gas station.
Gas station crickets.
It's a curated truck stop. Okay. They have a great selection of items curated for the worn travelers.
Yeah, we ate gas station crickets on the radio.
Now, okay, what about sushi?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious because that's where a lot of people draw their lines.
Yeah, raw fish.
Is no that's sashimi.
But there's raw fish in
Sure.
sushi, and so it's an ingredient in it. It's just
God. Now I really want ceviche.
patted in rice and. Well, ceviche's technically not raw fish.
It's not raw.
It's just cooked, not using heat.
Right. It's cooked with citric acid. But
Yeah.
man, I really want some ceviche right now.
It is good.
Oh, it's real good. Anyway,
Have you had ceviche?
No.
Okay.
Would you try ceviche?
I would. Yeah.
Okay. Good deal.
I feel like there's not a lot you wouldn't try. At least try.
Like, is there like you said, like you're not down with the bell peppers, but is there like a group of food you don't touch? Like you're like, I don't eat like seafood, or I don't eat whatever
Spicy food, I guess.
Okay.
But, like,
Okay.
Like stuff that'll if it gets on my fingers and then burns my eyes,
Right.
stuff like that.
Okay.
That I won't know. Like jalapenos, I probably.
So you're not a spice guy.
I'm not a fan of jalapenos.
Gotcha.
What if it's like prepared hot food where you don't need to get it all over you? Where it's just, hey, here's some enchiladas that's got some heat on it. Are you down with that? Or
Yeah.
is-
Yeah, I
you're
can do
not
that.
down with the heat?
I could do some spice.
So basically,
I'm not
like,
a spice king.
You're not one who would be willing to go on hot ones.
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
I would die.
Right. I feel like I could make it halfway through. Yeah. Once I get to the
Maybe I could.
yeah, once I get to the bomb, I think that would destroy me.
Maybe I could, but I have to train. I'd have to.
Oh, yeah.
Like my stomach would have to be in the right mindset going in for me to do that, because I know it's going to be.
I told you
hurt.
about the glass noodle story from
from Asian market.
Asian market.
Yeah. Well, that you don't mess around with Nook when it comes to, hey, make it spicy for me. Okay.
Oh, she'll light you up.
Yeah,
yeah.
She gets sadistic with it. I think that might be her thing.
That's her deal.
I'm trying to avoid saying the word, but I think that might be her thing.
Okay. It's 9:25. I have not seen anybody from Main Street yet, but I will tell you this: tonight is First Friday.
Yes.
Main Street Quarter is going to be having all kinds of stuff going on, and definitely want to come in and participate. Usually, officially, it goes from like 5:30 to 8, and but there's going to be stuff all downtown tonight. Businesses will be open late, live music, all of that good stuff. So I want to invite folks out for that. It is 9:25. We haven't even done weather yet, so let's go ahead and do that.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A cold front backing into our area today. Showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Some of those storms could have damaging wind and hail, especially by this afternoon. High in the mid-80s to low 90s. Scattered thunderstorms tonight, and we'll drop to about 60. And then we're back to sunshine and hot temperatures on Saturday and Sunday. Highs both days around 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, you know what? I just realized I'm an hour behind on my weather, and I forgot to refresh. So let me do that right quick. There it is. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64% with winds out of the south at 17 miles per hour. We got a good shot at some more rain today, a 50% chance to be exact of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. They're saying mainly for this afternoon. However, they are saying some storms could be severe that might move through the area. Partly cloudy otherwise, high of 86 today with winds breezy out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour this morning. That will increase 20 to 25 later today. As far as rain totals, they're saying less than a tenth of an inch unless we get one of those storms moving through the area. For tonight, we're looking at a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 60 degrees. Winds will be out of the southeast, 15 to 20 miles per hour. They'll drop down 5 to 10 miles per hour after midnight tonight. Then things warming back up for your weekend. For your Saturday, sunny, hot, highs back over the century mark, 101, the expected high for tomorrow. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 65 tomorrow night. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Sunday, sunny, hot, 103 for a high. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. And the hot continues into your work week next week, too. 102 on Monday, and then we'll be floating right around 100 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. So the warm weather on the way, so enjoy your 80s today while you got it. All right, it is 9:28. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
J. Block for governor. J. Block, conservative, veteran, leader. J. Block is the only choice to stand up and defeat Michelle Lujan Grisham. Mr. Block is a veteran of combat, serving in Afghanistan, a nuclear commander, and winner of the New Mexico State Republican Convention. As an America First conservative, Mr. Block has turned blue seats red and has never lost a race. Mr. Block will end the madness in Santa Fe once and for all. He's not a weatherman. He's not a rhino. J. Block is a conservative, veteran, and a leader. Vote June 7th in the Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends for J. Block.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Bluebell introduced the original cookies and cream ice cream. So every time you dig into that familiar creamy vanilla ice cream that's loaded with chunks of chocolate cream cookies, you can say thanks. You're more than welcome.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your ride is broke, needs a fix. Come on down, we'll take care of it quick at Big O. Big O Tires. Whatever the problem, we'll ease your fears. We got experience nearly 60 years at Big O. Big O Tires.
You can always count on your local Big O Tires to give you quality products and trustworthy service, all for a low price. From May 16th through June 19th, get up to $140 in rebate savings on BF Goodrich tires with installation purchase, or get up to $140 in rebate savings on Michelin tires from May 23rd through June 19th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 were permitted. Void where prohibited. For further details on use and restrictions thereof, see BigOTires.com. See rebate form for terms and conditions. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer.
Have you ever thought, Mom and Dad are beginning to need more help, but with a busy job and raising a family, you just don't have the extra time? Personal Care by Design is just what you're looking for. We can be there when you can't, from 1 hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All of our caregivers are carefully screened, and we are the only personal care service that is overseen by a registered nurse. Competitive rates, great people, and experience is what sets us apart. So when you need extra help at home with your loved one, you can count on Personal Care by Design. Personal, private, and protected. Call us at 575-625-9471 for your personal care needs and receive a free nursing evaluation. That number again is 575-625-9471.
What does a real, lifelong conservative look like? Rebecca Dow, protecting the unborn, volunteering for Ronald Reagan, defending the Second Amendment, fighting in the roundhouse to stop late-term abortion and ban CRT. Rebecca Dow is a true conservative champion.
I've dedicated my life to fighting for New Mexico's future. I'll restore freedom, liberty, and opportunity to New Mexico.
Paid for and authorized by the committee to elect Rebecca Dow.
I'm Rebecca Dow, and I approve this message.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 9:34. Don't forget, tonight is First Friday here in the Main Street corridor. Love to get as many people coming out and shopping downtown here. Tonight, businesses will be open late. They're going to have live music, and each of the businesses are going to have different things going on, different little opportunities. I do want to encourage folks while you're out and about tonight over celebrating your First Friday. Great news. Walk for Hope is happening again. It's back after COVID kind of created a little bit of a hiatus for Walk for Hope. This year, Walk for Hope is going to be happening. And tonight, the Chaves County Cancer Fund is, which is it's a major fundraising event for the Cancer Fund. If you're not familiar, the Chaves County Cancer Fund helps families that live here in Chaves County that are battling cancer. They help financially, not so much with the treatment stuff, but ancillary, like help to pay car payments or buy groceries or make a house payment, or, obviously money can be an issue when a family is, spending all their resources trying to get a family member cancer free. And so this is to help those families do that so they can not worry so much about, is the car payment being made, is that being done, and they can focus instead on how can we get our family member cancer free. So it's a great thing that they do. But Walk for Hope is their main fundraising event they do, and it's back for this year. So tonight they're going to have a registration table set up over at that Imagine That Scrapbooks and Gifts, which is right here downtown. You'll see the big sign that says Imagine That. Go on in and check out some of the great stuff. They've always got fun stuff happening on First Fridays out there. But also being out there tonight will be the group from the Chaves County Cancer Fund, and they're signing up teams right now for Walk for Hope, which I believe will be later this fall. And that's when they usually do the Walk for Hope, if I remember right. But they're signing up teams now. Now, if you can't make it out to First Friday tonight to do some shopping, hoping you can. But if you can't, busy, you got other plans, I understand, life's busy. You can sign up teams by shooting an email, and they'll send you back a team packet to sign up. Shoot an email to teams@walkforhopechavezcounty.com. Again, that's teams, TEAMS, at walkforhopechavezcounty.com. And you can sign up that way, or save yourself all that typing and just come on out to Imagine That tonight during First Friday and visit their table and sign your teams up that way and start putting them together. And, of course, if you want more information about volunteering to be a part of it, the Chaves County Cancer Fund, or maybe you want to, you've been part of years past Walk for Hopes, and you're like, I'd love to help out in any way, shape, or form. They always need an army of people to make that event happen. So reach out while you're out at the First Friday tonight and talk to them there. I'm not going to Sean's not in here. Roy, can you do me a favor? If Sean's available, I want to talk. If he's not busy. If he's busy, he's busy. But I just saw something that I don't know if he knew about it, but he's going to like this as much as I like this. And I'm pretty happy about it. By the way, I watched the latest episode of The Offer on Paramount Plus yesterday, and I love that series. I love that. I love that series, and But the new episode, I have some questions. I'll bring it up in a minute, but I want to bring. Huh?
I got like 2 minutes. I'm wrapping up a song.
Okay. I want you to know this.
Okay.
I just saw coming to Paramount Plus, June 23rd.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead are back with an all-new movie.
Really?
Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe premieres June 23rd exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Is that right? So I knew they were doing a new series, like a new.
I didn't
season.
even know that. Yeah,
I heard about that. Well, okay, so Mike Judge and his production company.
Yeah.
I guess it was Paramount Plus that invested a bunch of money in their production company, and they are revamping a bunch of series, including Beavis and Butthead, and from what I've gathered, King of the Hill. Most of the still surviving voice cast wants to come back and redo or remake King of the Hill.
Now, are they going straight to Paramount with this?
As
Plus,
of gathered,
or are they going to put them back on Fox or MTV respectively? Or what's
no, I've heard it's going to be on Paramount Plus, like as an exclusive.
Okay.
So.
Well, I wonder if this movie's setting that up.
Since Viacom owns all the properties, I'm sure they'll run a few episodes just as a teaser, like on
I've got
MTV.
the official trailer here. I don't want to play it on air without me watching it first because I have no idea what's in it. So I'm not going to do that.
And plus, it's Paramount Plus, so they're going to push some envelopes.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little worried. So I'm not going to play it. But I'm excited about doing. Yeah,
I'll come back.
That. Yeah. So that's cool. Okay, so let me get back to this since he's got to go talk on the radio. It's kind of his job. But anyway. So I'm watching. By the way, if you're a fan of the Godfather movies, which a lot of people are, it's one of the biggest movies of all time. So apparently it attracts a few fans when you get a movie of that stature. But The Offer is basically the making of The Godfather. It's a dramatic series, TV style. It's not set up like a documentary. It's set up like a drama. And it's basically all the behind the scenes, how the movie The Godfather was made. And it's very interesting because it's a Paramount movie. And then, of course, Paramount's owned by Gulf Western. I'm not sure if they still are, but they were at the time, which is a big oil company. They own a bunch, but they owned Paramount. And so the thing between Paramount, the movie studio, the Gulf Western, the owners of said movie studio, and then the mob getting involved in this movie. It's really neat, but there's something, and I think I can tell this story without spoiling this show. But
yeah, I've heard of
it's a great
Offer.
It's 8 episodes are out right now. It's not done yet. I don't know how many episodes are total, but I've watched 8 and I love all 8. And I know I've talked about it a bunch here, but I watched the most recent one yesterday. And so I'm kind of curious if this is true or if this is just the story being made. But for those that have watched The Godfather, and I'm sorry, my character names, it's been a few years since I've seen The Godfather.
I just watched it.
So if folks remember Talia Shire, who is actually Francis Ford Coppola's cousin or something, they're related. She's a Coppola. Anyway, she plays the wife of one of the maid guys there. He's not James Caan, or he's one of the more ancillary guys. But Talia Shire's her husband in the movie. And in the movie, he slaps around, as a husband slapping around.
It's Michael's sister, isn't it?
Yeah. Talia Shire plays Michael Corleone's sister.
Yeah.
But her husband in the movie, he's one of the Goombas, one of the main guys there.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, there's a scene in the movie where he smacks her around a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, in the in the way the Offer played this out, the TV show, when they, and I don't know if this is true or just salacious to make it TV, but I got a feeling there's got to be some truth there because it's bold accusations. Basically, they said that he didn't lay up, he didn't let back, he smacked the crap out of her.
Oh, and you can act like a man scene?
In Godfather.
Yeah, you can act like a man. What's the matter with you? Okay.
No, the scene where Talia Shire, Adrian,
right?
She plays Michael Corleone's sister.
Oh, that's Adrian.
Her husband.
Scene. Okay, yeah.
Her husband. There's a scene where he smacks her and everything. Well, apparently he didn't. He
slapped her,
and to the point where she was crying and upset.
Because I imagine they had to do this multiple takes.
I'm guessing, but she was crying, upset. And then she goes back, and then the producer's assistant sees her and's talking to her and explains what happened. And she's like, you got to tell someone. And Talia Shire's like, no, I'm not telling anybody. I'm not going to raise it. So she tells her boss, the producer.
Right.
And the producer's like, all right. And then he tells Francis Ford Coppola, Dan Fogler. And they decide they're going to handle it within the family. This is in the 70s, by the way. This is in 2022. So they were going to handle it within the family. So how they handled it within the family was in a later scene that they were filming, James Caan roughs this dude up in the street.
Okay.
Because he...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the scene? You say you just saw it, where James Caan is, right?
Yeah, his character beats up that character
in the street
movie.
there. Well, according to this offer sheet, the show, that was not...
That was a shoot fight.
He beat the crap out of that dude.
Luckily, that scene was filmed after this.
So what you're saying is, it was a work, but then they worked themselves into a shoot.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the guy, and I guess he's like claiming he's a method actor, and so he's, of course, Marlon Brando's on the set. I mean, this, and to be honest, Pacino was a nobody then. Like Pacino almost didn't make the movie. A lot of people didn't want Pacino as Michael Corleone. It was Francis Ford Coppola that was insistent on it. Paramount didn't want him. Basically, people that pulled strings and controlled money didn't want him.
I heard Robert Redford they wanted.
That was a name. Yeah, there was a couple names. Actually, De Niro. De Niro ends up in Godfather movies, but not the first. He plays a young Don, Don Corleone in Godfather 2. But initially,
who does Miles Teller play? He's the guy who plays Rooster in Top Gun. I know he's in The Offer.
He is I think he's the main producer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the main guy. He's the producer. Was he also in Mad Men?
No, he was in that movie Whiplash with J.K. Simmons.
Okay, I'm trying to think which one's Miles Teller, but I think he might be the main dude, the actual producer, the main character.
He was in that Fantastic Four.
Al Ruddy?
Too.
Oh, Al Ruddy's okay. So who's Miles Teller? Is he in the cast?
He plays Al Ruddy.
Oh, then that's him. Yeah, he's the main guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the main dude in this.
Yeah.
That he's in Top Gun? I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, he's a Rooster, the new one.
Yeah, I've seen it. He's nuh-uh.
Yeah,
he looks way different in that movie compared to he does in The Offer.
Yeah.
Well, it is a period piece. You got to.
I understand that, but it's like the bone structure, the hairstyle. It's nothing.
He's got a very recognizable face to me.
To me, I wouldn't. I got to go back and check out that because Brewster's Goose's son in Top Gun, right?
It's the mustache.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's got a little flavor saver going on in Top Gun.
And that's why I did not put two and two together there. Thank you, Roy. See, eating eggs and contributing all kinds of stuff to the show today.
And there, jack of all trades.
It's the Fantastic Four reboot that cemented his face in
was he in Fan Four Stick?
Yes, he's Fan Four Stick.
I did not realize.
Is that
he's
the
Reed Richards?
Is that the more recent?
Yes.
Oh, that's the bad one.
Well, they've all been bad.
To be honest, I kind of dig the original ones.
They're
ones
they're
with
doing a new one.
Chickless is the thing.
Dude.
I kind of dug those.
I like those too.
I do. I kind of dug them.
In their campiness, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Fun fact: that was Chris Evans, right? It was in.
Yeah, he was the Flame On guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Flame On guy. Yeah, he was Flame Boy. But no, they're making a new one. I've heard they're doing
another one,
a new Fantastic Four. Yeah,
see, this is bad.
Here's why: Sony has to release something with that franchise every like 10 years in order to hold on to the rights of it, because I think otherwise that Marvel, they acquiesce to Marvel. Like Marvel acquires those rights if they don't utilize them over a certain amount of time.
Well, at this point, let them have it, because you guys keep butchering it. Although I ain't gonna lie, the first two, the Silver Surfer, I liked those. There was a goofiness to them that
I never saw Rise of the Silver Surfer. I never saw the second.
I felt like the reboot took themselves too seriously. I was like, no.
Now I will say Jessica Alba as the Invisible Girl I was in for that.
Yeah.
For that part, yeah. Chickless, it was real hard to wrap my head around the whole Michael Chiklis's story, and I don't know. It was his character was kind of weird.
Yeah, I just like Chickless.
Oh, egg burps? Hate those.
You ain't gonna get sick on me, are you?
No.
Okay.
You had that 1,000-yard stare going on.
Yeah, I was like, uh-oh.
Mike and I were just like,
don't you go booting on me.
We've seen that. We've seen that look in this
Head
business.
for the hills. Don't come booting on me.
Could have been a McDonald's for all you know.
Don't you boot on me. But anyway, back to we got way sidetracked. The Offer.
The Offer.
Anyway, that scene where James Caan roughs that dude up.
Yeah.
They say, at least according to The Offer, that was legit. They beat the snot out of that dude. Which I hope that's true. I hope that's
I know
because that's
I know
kinda
one of
cool
those punches
factoid.
didn't connect.
Well, I'm
For
sure not
certain.
every one of them, but they weren't
They have
holding
to
back
send a
on it.
message.
Then again, maybe that was the take they didn't use. Maybe they only beat the snot out of one take, and then they said, all right, let's...
And here's the thing: they're mafiosos. You don't
Yeah.
think they know how to beat somebody and not leave a bruise?
Yeah. The scene that makes me...
like a phantom punch?
The scene in the show, when they film it, how they portray it, is funny, because you literally have Coppola... You don't see the fight. You see Coppola sitting in his chair. You got what's his name, the producer, sitting kind of behind him, and then there's one other person. I don't remember off the top of my head. There's three of them kind of sitting there.
Or...
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Pacino. It was like
or
one of the other.
Brando?
Yeah, it wasn't one of the actors. It would have been one of the other producer guys there. That was part of it. So they're sitting. So it shows them sitting. Getting ready to film the scene, so they're sitting in the chair watching the scene, and he's like, "All right, and action!" And then you kind of hear the scuffle, and then you then you start seeing people behind them going, "Whoa, whoa!" Like, "Oh!" Like when they're watching a fight, and you're like, "Whoa!" And then you just see those two smiling, like, "Hey, he's not holding back, is he?" And he's like, and then someone says, "Francis, you want to cut?" He's like, "Nah, let's go another minute." And then finally the guy said, "Cut!" He goes, "I said go another minute." It's just, and then they smile at each other and move on. But I just loved that. I loved, and another cool aspect of the show is the mob's role. You know, the mob played an integral part in that movie.
Okay.
The mob, Columbo, he was head of one of the families there in New York and all that, because they were anti the movie. They were protesting with Columbo had his Italian Defamation League or whatever.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Not that Columbo.
Yeah. No, Ribisi, who plays the gangster Columbo. Not solving cases Columbo. And so at first he's mad, but then and Sinatra's mad. Sinatra's going to Columbo mad because Sinatra's mad because of the Frankie, what's his name, Valentine, or whatever, the singer that's in that.
Valley.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Not Frankie Valley, but whatever the guy's fictional name in the show is.
Yeah.
But he's a Sinatra type, and it turns out, but connected and all that. But Sinatra was mad about that role, and then also they were talking about the use of the term mafia or something. So the producer, your guy you're talking about, the boy from Rooster here, Rooster goes in and has a sit down with Columbo. and basically hammers that out and says, all right, and then he worked the script, and then next thing you know, those two become buddies. They're like, Columbo and him are kind of like buddies, like friend of mine socially, and he's playing the mob, and so the studio's like, don't get in bed with the mob and all that, and then Columbo gets shot, and then there's a whole, it's just, and then there's a point where the studio's not going to let him do stuff, so the mob stops the trucks that are actually paying for all the lighting, and because you've been on movie sets and stuff, they hire crews to do lighting, sound. Well, guess what? They're all local New Yorkers. They're all mob. They're all labor unions and worked up. So Columbo makes a call, says, don't you move a light on that set, and it shuts it down until his producer boy gets what he wants, he gets hired again, opens the set back up, and it's just neat that something like The Godfather, and the mob was in there running the show. It was just, to me, that was fascinating to watch all that. So
sadly,
I hope to God all that's true. I hope that's really how it went down. So
sadly, my Paramount Plus subscription ended before I could watch it.
Yeah, well, now you got to get it back for Beavis and Butthead. So.
Yeah, well, I heard you said something about a King of the Hill reboot.
Yeah, that's what Sean was saying. They're going to reboot that too, apparently. So cool. I got about 9 minutes for the show ends, and I got about 7 minutes of ads to play. So let me do this. Let me pause for some news and a quick break, and then we'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. A Carlsbad man has been arrested and charged with aggravated assault after witnesses told police he began waving a gun at people at the Carlsbad Water Park. Jail records show 20-year-old Frankie Renteria was booked on Tuesday for several criminal charges. Witnesses said the man pulled a gun out of a small leather bag and began confronting teenagers at the water park. Police said Renteria then tried to ditch the gun by giving it to a 14-year-old boy, who then fled the scene. The gun was later found along the nearby Pecos River. The unnamed boy was also arrested. And in Carlsbad as well, a huge announcement in regards to the Carlsbad Brine Well project. The city announcing that after years of work, the filling of the gigantic sinkhole is finally complete. There is still some follow-up work to be done. The total project, about $65 million, after the city learned of the potentially disastrous problem more than 14 years ago. Experts said the hole was at risk of collapsing and could create more than $1 billion in damage. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
So now they're going to spend a month communicating all of their, quote, accomplishments to date on the economy. What accomplishments? Because Americans, you know what? They're kind of sophisticated and they're not dumb. And they know that they're paying a fortune more for everything they buy, every store they go to, and more for gas or to heat and cool their homes, and on and on and on. And this is very real for people. 2/3 of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. You have literally, it is crushing the poor and the middle class and people on fixed incomes in this country. Oh, I thought Democrats had a monopoly of compassion on those demographic groups. No, they don't, because they're more committed to their radicalism than they are to people having lower gas prices.
The Sean Hannity Show, from coast to coast, later today.
You know, shortages and inflation are forcing many of us to stay local this summer. Now, that's not a bad thing if you have a Michael Phelps swim spa by Master Spas in your backyard. Just go to masterspas.com, enter the promo code Hannity in the upper right-hand corner, and you could save up to $1,000 off your Master Spa. They have solutions for any size backyard or budget, and trust America's largest built hot tub and swim spa brand, the only one you need to know, masterspas.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A cold front backing into our area today. Showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Some of those storms could have damaging wind and hail, especially by this afternoon. High in the mid-80s to low 90s. Scattered thunderstorms tonight, and we'll drop to about 60. And then we're back to sunshine and hot temperatures on Saturday and Sunday. Highs both days around 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. While hiring did slow a bit last month compared with April, PNC Financial Chief Economist Gus Fauché is describing the government's May employment report as a good, solid report.
The economy added 390,000 jobs over the month. The unemployment rate stayed low at 3.6%. So the economy is doing well. We're nowhere close to the recession, and the labor market looks like it's in excellent shape.
He says employers are raising pay, although the increase is not enough to keep pace with inflation. Wall Street opened lower this morning. Investors still worried about inflation and the interest rate increases the Fed is using to fight inflation. The fear is that the interest rate increases could slow economic growth too much, and that would have the potential for throwing the U.S. economy into recession. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Carlsbad Main Street and the City of Carlsbad invite you to join us June 10th and 11th for Cavern Fest 2022. Cavern Fest kicks off Friday, June 10th at 6 o'clock with food trucks, vendors, and music headlined by Curtis Grimes. Saturday, June 11th starts at noon with music, vendors, and activities all day, capped off with Holly Tucker and headliner the Randy Rogers Band. Cavern Fest is free thanks to our sponsors, A.R. Foreman Construction, Carlsbad Chevrolet, XTO, and many more.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. Name to remember.
You know, there's something magical about homegrown tomatoes. Watching the plants grow, seeing the blooms pop, and then picking a big, ripe tomato and slicing it up on a sandwich. Hi, this is Jim Gill. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we have some of the prettiest tomato plants that we've ever seen, just waiting for you to make the magic happen. We have some good-looking pepper plants, too, and the geraniums will be coming along soon. So you say tomato, and I'll say tomato. Come and get your plants at Roswell Seed. No, I'm not going to say tomato. Nobody around here says tomato.
J Block for governor. J Block, conservative, veteran, leader. J Block is the only choice to stand up and defeat Michelle Lujan Grisham. Mr. Block is a veteran of combat, serving in Afghanistan, a nuclear commander, and winner of the New Mexico State Republican Convention. As an America First conservative, Mr. Block has turned blue seats red and has never lost a race. Mr. Block will end the madness in Santa Fe once and for all. He's not a weatherman. He's not a rhino. J Block is a conservative, veteran, and a leader. Vote June 7th in the Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends for J Block.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.